Hey, you are now listening or watching the Halos in the Infield podcast, sponsored in part by Noble L Works over on 1621 South St. Clair, where you can get discounts by just mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Drink discounts on us, baby. And also by 714 Tickets. The price you see is the price you get, and you also get 10% additionally off in the Apply Now code once you order your tickets just by mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Now enjoy the show.
Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Welcome to the Halos in the Infield postgame podcast with Todd Fox, sponsored by Noble Ale Works Brewery, as well as 714 Tickets. This is your nightly destination for all things Los Angeles Angels. Come join Todd as he recaps every thrilling and disappointing moment from tonight's game, win or lose. Get ready for insightful analysis, fan reactions, and Todd's engaging commentary. Plus, fans can call in live to the Halo Hotline to have their voices and opinions heard as well.
It's the Halo Hotline.
Stay tuned in for your chance to win free Halos merchandise with our weekly trivia.
It's all about the game.
It's time to dive into the heart of Angels baseball with Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield postgame podcast.
There's a drive from Mike Trout. See you later. That is long gone.
It's the Todd Fox postgame podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Another episode of, well, it's not a podcast or it's not a post game. It's a live watch party for Mezzo down here off of 2406 Catella Boulevard and here in Anaheim. If you want to come down and redeem your code for 15% off of the food that's provided here. As we get started, we're a little late here in the first inning. It's a base hit by Taylor Ward. Bases are juice. So nice way to start the show. I am here, Todd Fox, along with
Rob from Dodger Country, guys. You guys got to make it out here today, guys. If I can make the hour drive in, you guys can too. Some great food down here, some beers. Hang out with us today. It's a great little day out here.
Exactly, and Sean right there, as that he was coming around third base. But we're gonna get you the starting lineups here. We'll get that as soon as the inning is over. But obviously we're a little bit late. But here we go. Well, bases loaded right now. Let me get to the lineup. So, you have anything to say as far as starting pitching is concerned today for the Angels? Sorry, we're doing this on the fly.
Sorry, I saw a comment there. What was the question again?
Oh, yeah, about the pitching. The pitching.
The pitching today matchup. I like Hendricks, man. Going against Hendricks here. It's a great ground ball pitcher. I mean, you get on him, as you can see right now, but Shanwell did a great job there.
Yeah, and so far you got Willie Calhoun, the big dong up there with the bases loaded. Let's see if he could do anything. Ooh, that was almost a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike as we get started here. We'll do the Angels lineup real quick. Shawna led off with a walk, and then you had Hira with a hit. Newly acquired Hira coming out of the minor league system. He's batting second. Taylor Ward batting third. And the big dong looks at ball 2. And the big dong is batting fourth at DH spot. Moniak, Ohapi at 5 at catcher. Moniak 6. No Pilar, Zach Nettle 7, Guillermo 8, and Adele 9th with Tyler Anderson on the bump.
Got squeezed there. Call that a strike. And
ball! They struck him out. No, never mind. Yeah. So the dong is out, and you got to protect the plate. Bases loaded, bro. You got to put it in play. Strikeout does not work right there.
It does. I'd like to see him call time there because that last pitch before that was a ball, and a little disappointed by that. Instead of calling time and gather himself, he just went back up there, let him pitch. If Hendricks, you give him time, he's going to come after you right away. And the whole thing, he's like a Mark Burley to me. He has his little pace of play. You got to disrupt that pace.
Absolutely. And here's a guy that looked like a strike as well.
Yeah.
Ohapi is one of these guys that's going to be a top 5 catcher in the league for some time to come, not just in the American League, but the National League as well. He's a really, really good catcher. This dude can put the ball in play. I'm sure he will right here.
My worry with Ohapi is right now that he's just showcasing himself for contract time comes up and he's not staying here unless the Angels make some acquisitions or some moves here and there in the offseason to better themselves. Because if not, you're potentially looking at another Mike Trout wasting his early years with a team who's not even trying.
Yeah. He just got hit right there, did he? Or it went off the bat?
I think it hit him.
It hit him, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
had to get the
1-0
elbow
Angels. So it took 27 innings for this team to score 1 run. And they just scored 1 run in 1 inning right there to start the game. So that's at least a good sign, right?
It is. I mean, when you're at the ground floor, nothing, nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I just did see that comment by One Jet Spot. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So out there right now is Craig Counsell arguing that it went off the bat right there. But no, it went off. It definitely went off his elbow guard right there. You could tell.
Oh, it's back elbow.
Oh,
Not
back
even
elbow.
close.
Yeah.
The sounds are completely different on that one.
And see, that's the kind of thing too. Like, who was the catcher for? And I'm forgetting his name for the Giants. He was with him for a long time.
Oh, Posey.
Buster Posey. So Buster Posey is a guy that actually, let's switch mics here because you got a longer. There you go. Much better. You don't have to hold it out so far. But Buster Posey was a guy that, he's a legendary catcher for the Giants. He made a career. He's a guy, that you want to build your team around. And I'm hoping, like you said, the Angels do that with our boy O'Hoppe.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take full advantage of it. There it is to right. I'll take that right there. Score that run.
And Hero's out.
Way.
He's out.
Come on.
How did you not, man? That was very close.
There's no way Suzuki has that good of an arm. Where is a bad read or something? What happened here?
I don't know. Hira has really good speed. I'm surprised he got thrown out right there. But that was a good tag. He's out.
Yeah.
He's out. That was so close, but he's out.
I want to see him back at the bag. What was he doing there? What took so long there?
I
That
don't-
was not an easy play.
We can't really trust Bally's to do that, to give us the right coverage. But the runner's thrown out at third, and of course the Angels load him up with nobody out and only drive in one. That's not good.
The Halo way, though.
The Halo way, exactly. So let's go through the lineup while we have a minute right here. Again, Nolan Shanaway, like that at leadoff today.
I mean, we're just out of options, honestly, there. I would like to see Keston Hira up there, but I do like Shanwell, especially with Kendricks on the mound. Again, work that count, and then let's see what he can do.
Okay, and then aforementioned Hira at second. He got on with a hit and was thrown out at home. You got Taylor Ward at 3. I'm not liking Taylor Ward at third. I don't like that at all, but it is what it is. We can't get away from it, apparently.
I kind of feel like we're showcasing him right now. We're trying to add to the resume. We're trying to show that, hey, this guy is a good 3-hitter. Get some protection around him in the lineup. He'd be a big asset to your team, so come get him. Come trade for him.
True. And agree or disagree, the Dong should be hitting either number 2 or number 7.
Oh, number 7 for sure. Number 2, no way. He's too slow.
And
he kills us.
Well, at 4, I don't like him either. That's just my thing. I would like to see O'Hoppe 4, but we're batting him 5th. You got Moniak. I still can't stand that he's 6th, but what else are you going to do, right? I mean, they're thin right now. Every time they get players back, they're not using them. And we got Miguel Sano and Pilar, and both are on the bench again.
I don't understand the Pilar right now. Guy has 10 years of major league service. He's a great asset to the team, great defense. Watch it. Look at that. Something happened on this tag up. He double pumps. He takes a couple steps in. Hira had to at least delay himself a little. Oh, he's safe.
No, he got him in the helmet, bro.
No, with his hand. He's safe. That's his bare hand.
No, he's out right there.
No, that's his bare hand. He's safe. There is no way.
I call it out. You call it safe.
I call it safe. Valley, give us a freaking replay. That looks a little different. And why don't we have like NFL standards here? Why isn't there multiple camera angles on these things? Why do we only look at the one where the umpire blocks it or the catcher can block the camera view?
What's bankrupt Bally's? I think we have to see what happens next year when the new TV company comes into play, you know?
Hopefully it's Amazon. Hopefully Bezos buys us out and saves us.
That would be nice.
That'd be great.
Tyler Anderson trying to pitch himself to another team. He's 7-8 with a 3 ERA. He inflated the ERA a little bit with his last start, but for the most part, bro, he's been our most consistent pitcher all year.
No, he has. I mean, he has those games every year where he struggles at one game. You got to get him out early, help him out a little bit, but then who we want? Wants last time. Wants gives up all the runs. Runners on base, but at the same time, you put a shutdown guy in there, you win that ball game, and you help save Anderson's ERA a little bit because it's all about the numbers, right?
Yep. It sure is. And right now, the Cubs again. This has been a very since we didn't get to do it at pregame show. this is a very, very difficult, depressing stretch of games that they just came off of a 6-game winning streak. And again, I wasn't honking my honk like, oh, we're going to make the playoffs because that's a base hit up the middle. But we were talking about possibly a team on the uprise that with Seattle losing over and over, it left the door wide open for us to get at least back in the hunt. And again, a lot of people don't want to see this team in the playoffs because they want to see trades. They want to see this team better itself. And I get that too. And we don't really have the pieces to trade anyway. But it would be exciting for this team to be closer to 500 and, still in it instead of out of it. And now this last 5 games, dude, Ron Washington said they're tired. That's not an excuse.
Yeah, I mean, you're Major League Baseball players, right? Day in, day out. It's a grind. You're never 100%, so I don't want to hear these guys say, hey, I need a day off, not 100%. Who is? It's like the NFL season. Come week 16, week 17, nobody's 100% anymore unless you just came off fresh an injury. There's a glimmer of hope. We're moving in the right direction here. You saw it. I was trusting Washington a little bit more and more in his ways. It was working out a little bit for us, but now you see the ladder, right? You did a 180, and now you're not going the right way. On this team here. But you're right. We don't have much to trade with the guys we do have, like Anderson right now, Taylor Ward, a couple other bullpen pieces. Estevez, I think, is a really big piece right now while he's hot. I'm all for dumping these guys now. Yes, it would be nice to make a playoff push, but not this year with this team. We need a lot. I mean, you look back at Juan Soto trade. Look at what the Nationals did that quick with one guy or 2 guys, because you consider Bell as well, but everyone knows. Yeah. That's Soto was the thing there. But look, all these guys, 3 of those guys probably going to make the All-Star game here in the next 3 years?
Strikeout right there. There's a first out. Nice pitch there by Anderson. Anderson's got that good off-speed stuff. 88-mile-per-hour fastball. It looks like off-speed. But, yeah, you're absolutely right. The Angels need pieces. And the best thing they could do is surround the pieces that they have young, under control for a while with other veterans via free agency and then the prospects coming through to possibly better the team on the staff. So again, it hurts in a way because you want to see this team win. We're fans. We want to see a competitive team, but right now, as it's constructed, I don't think we can put a competitive team out there.
No, absolutely right. There's going to be growing pains now. We're finally making the move to go ahead and play the young core instead of signing these veterans 1-year deals. We're making the move pushing forward. So right now, we're going to go through the growing pains that everyone else has already gone through. Baltimore teams have gone through. Tampa Bay have gone through. But we're just, 7 years too late on this?
Correct. And all these teams have put into play those exact, blueprints, and that's why they're better off, and that's why the Angels are still floundering. Now, here's another guy, again, and like Cody Bellinger, we talked about it in the podcast, other guys that were disappointed. None of them have panned out. So it's kind of good that we didn't waste that money. Not that it's ours, but the fact it would hurt the franchise moving forward. So I think this next crop of free agents are going to be better targets for this Angels team.
You know what though, Bellinger, I'll take a 275 hitter right now in the outfield. I mean, look at Pilar. We have him right now, 280 hitter, doing really good for us. You put Bellinger out there, 275 hitter, you can relieve Moniak and Adele. They can split time in between with somebody else there too. It can help the team. Maybe you don't lose these 5 games straight after this.
That's true.
And everything. Just a little push forward because all of Major League Baseball is struggling this year. There's a couple of teams that are top tier, and there's teams who are just mid. And the Cubs, who I thought were going to be top tier this year, they're just very mid. And with the AL West too as well. Houston Astros, a mid team.
And that Central's not strong either.
No, not at all. Where these guys could have helped you make that push. Granted, again, yes, we're far away from the playoffs and even making a run towards something like that. But a guy here and there might have helped out later on in the process, because if you go ahead, you keep Bellinger and you trade a couple pieces away. I thought Drew was going to be a big trade piece for us this year, but he's floundered. You get Anderson out there, you get Estevez out there, and I don't want him to trade Rengifo, but he does hold a lot of value. You can flip this team like how the Washington Nationals did. We're looking for that type of trade.
Nice pitch.
That's a great pitch right there. You won't see it again, but it could happen. Like this, look at Anderson right now. His thing is location. He's not going to blow you away. He's going to be location and mixing speeds, and he does that very well.
And I still think you can get one top-tier player back for him and a pretty good prospect, like a top 20 prospect, a top 30 in someone's organization. So for Anderson, 2 players alone. If Rengifo would stop getting these little nagging injuries, that's another guy that can get you a good, 2 players at least.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's what we're looking forward to. And then Tyler says the Cubs are struggling right now. Time to get them right. I mean, he ain't lying. This team has done that with a lot of other opponents where they've just been like, okay, like Oakland. Oakland was dog water, bro, and they swept us. And that shouldn't be. And you're not scoring any runs. You still have Angel fans, some of them saying, well, the pitching's got to be better. It doesn't matter if you have Nolan Ryan in his prime, you're still going to lose 1-0, dude. I mean, come on.
I mean, look at yesterday's game. Prime example. I don't care how great out there and go 3 up, 3 down and put your pitcher out in the mound like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to struggle. He doesn't have time to recoup. Whereas you looked at the Cubs, what happened? He had time to recoup yesterday. He had time in between innings. It wasn't 1, 2, 3. They took the pitches. They took the at-bats. They were quality at-bats. We didn't have that there. Thank God for Suzuki dropping that baseball out there, because if not, the game would have been done a lot sooner.
Yeah, I mean, we're averaging in our losses 2 hours to 2:15 max on games. That means we're having a lot of early at-bats, a lot of easy outs, double plays, strike out again, strikes out the side. And see, this will be valuable. As much as I love Anderson's going to be a guy that's going to be valuable on some other team. He's going to help them get to the playoffs. He's going to help them get further in the playoffs. And he's going to be a pitcher that doesn't have to be the number 1 like he is here. He could be like a number 3, number 4 kind of guy and help them in a postseason run, or even a valuable guy that stretches out, in case you have a bad performance in the starting rotation. You throw a guy like him, he could settle it down, give the offense time to come back. Mm-hmm. And the way he's pitched, and a few of the other Angels starting pitchers have performed at times, you really feel for them because the hitting has been the problem. The inconsistency of this lineup, whether due to injury or just bad at bats.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for him, he's a guy I can see on the New York Yankees right now. They need a stopgap type of pitcher.
He's got the look anyway.
Yeah. Hey, he fits it. I don't know how many more lefties they want on that rotation.
True.
However, but he does fit that stopgap type guy there. I also see the Dodgers making a push for him too, because he's relatively cheap. Dodgers payroll is relatively high.
And they know him.
And they know him very well. But yeah, you're right. Our lineup doesn't do him any favors. These guys we need to get it back together, because honestly, it seems like Montgomery's back as our hitting coach again.
Yeah, it does. And the thing is, too, when you look at this division moving forward, so let's just put this aside because we see Houston making a run. We don't know what Seattle's going to do at the trade deadline. They seem to be very active all the time. They're going to be a team that's going to obviously challenge Houston. I don't know what's going on with Texas. I don't know if they're going to be able to recoup. They're veteran laced in that rotation. Injury prone. The bullpen's been disappointing. Obviously, they had the magical run last year. A lot of guys aren't performing in that lineup. They're just a disaster right now. Oakland's not going to be there, but moving forward, you got to think Texas will be better next year. Houston's another year older, and they may be starting to fade finally. This is a precursor to them fading. And then you don't know what you're going to get with Seattle. Meaning, my point being, the Angels, with a right kind of rebuild in the offseason and a right kind of game plan, could player next year in the division. Could.
I mean, it's a long shot, I think, at best. It depends. It's offseason. It's really big. Do you go out and spend money, or do you still try to build this young core?
That's true. But if they put the right pieces in place, and there actually is a culture change, because I think it's halfway there. I don't think the culture is 100% kicked in. I still think we're doing a lot of dumb things from the last few years.
Yeah.
And if they can get that in place and finally be driven to work a certain way, I think they could be good. Will they win the division? I don't think so. No. I mean, unless they do something really dramatic. But if they make the right kind of trades this deadline, I mean, I think this deadline is huge. And like you said, the offseason is even bigger.
See, trouble?
Nope.
No, got it today. Yeah, no, the offseason's is a little it's better for us. We have to spend money. But you're right. This trade deadline is probably one of the biggest since last year. Where last year we went all in and we traded the wrong guys away to try to make a run that wasn't there, right? It was just false advertisement. You played a struggling New York Yankees team. You swept them, and everyone thought it was ready to go. But we got to turn the page. You got to take a step forward. And how do you take that step forward? Trade what you have now and learn from your mistakes in the past.
Absolutely. Inside pitch to Jeremy right here. Here's a guy. Here's a guy. It sound like the dude from was it Sunday Night Football or was it not? I was thinking Costas. Why am I bad with it? It's not football season. Anyway, you know the guy always says, "Here's a guy." This is a dude that like he out of the league and he's enjoying his time, and you could tell.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do anything that the team asks as he pops out. But I think he's got good stuff. He could be a good ball player for us going down the line, but not as far as like a guy that's going to be with us long term. But serviceable.
Yeah, no, he's a fill-in guy.
Yeah.
But you know what though? We have a whole bunch of these guys like that in the minor league system that we've yet to bring up. And why? What's the point? Because we want a 184 batter coming up and helping us out in the 9-hole.
I don't honestly know what this team's doing. Like we talked about it on the pod. Joe Adele, like if you look at his numbers and you combine him with Mickey Moniak, if you had the playing time of Pilar as having 80 games or more, like these dudes have, his numbers would be double. He'd have 14 home runs and about 60 RBIs, better than both those guys combined.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're not using him and we're continually going like what you said for guys that are batting $180, dude, it's not going to help us, bro.
No, absolutely not. And you have these teams like the White Sox. They're going to be huge sellers at the deadline too. So the problem is right now, there's a lot of teams who are going to be sellers who have a lot better players than we do. So I think it's going to be hard, honestly, this trade deadline for us to make moves because they're giving away top prospects. You're going to give them away, obviously, for Luis Roberts Jr. or the pitcher, what's it, Croquet? Or how do you say his name?
Crochet?
Yeah. Yeah, for those Sox. I mean, he's a guy, I'd rather go after him than go after Tyler Anderson, personally.
That's true. I think what's going to happen, too, for the Angels is they have to really, like, if they're going to score any of these prospects, they're going to have to string them out to the – he struck out.
How do you –
Oh, that was a ball?
No way. Thanks. Christmas came early this year.
Yeah, it came in June, apparently.
Yeah.
But –
wow.
I can't explain that strike zone, dude.
Yeah. That is a strike all day, every day. I cannot believe he missed that.
Is this a record for Bally's? We're barely in the second. That's the third or fourth time they've shown the strike zone.
Hey, I'll take it right now. We can use anything.
Jeez, no kidding. Same spot. That was a hit. Nice hit. And see, dude, this is what I love about Shonowell. I'm not going to say he's Darren Erstad-esque, but he could do some Darren Erstad stuff. Mm-hmm. And I love the way he goes to the opposite field. When he's on it, he goes to the opposite field. He takes what the pitcher gives him. He's not too fancy. He's not trying to drive the ball. You don't want that from your leadoff hitter. And he's starting to put it together. And again, no playing time in the minors last year. He came up and thrown into the fire right away. So I love that at bat. How about you?
No, I love it too. We rushed this guy through the system. Didn't give him a real chance to settle in Major League Baseball or pro baseball itself. And he came out and he performed for us. And he had a little, don't try to drive the ball. Mm-hmm. Take the ball opposite field. If it's a fast ball, I'm still on an opposite field. If it's a breaking ball, I end up pulling it. That's the approach that it looks like he's having.
To the Dodgers, unfortunately. Oh, there's a hit.
Well, there we go.
And that should score a run. No one should be thrown out here. The good luck charms here at Mezzo. And maybe that 15% off if you can't come down. I know it's a little humid outside here in Anaheim, but they have AC inside. So if you don't have AC at your apartment or home, come out here and enjoy a calzone or some wings and watch the game with us. If not, they also have, is it Grubhub too?
Grubhub,
DoorDash and Uber Eats. And yeah, I mean, sit down, watch it on your couch and have some Mezzo because I'm telling you, the food is delicious. They have several different flavors of wings. And then you got the different types of calzones. They've got, the garlic knots. They got everything here. Salad, vegetarian. They got you covered there too. So either or. And the drinks are good too. They got Noble beer here and they got other craft beers here. So I don't think you can pub those, but you'd have to come down in person for those. But still, it's good eating, good drinking. So we're live here at Mezzo calling the game. It's the top of the second. The Angels threatening for more, first and third. Taylor Ward is up there. Chances of Ward coming through right here, Rob.
Slim to none. I just don't have faith in this guy right now. I mean, 240 hitter. I want him to turn it around. He has shades of showing that he has good streaks here and there, but then he overanalyzes the strike zone. He thinks that everything's a ball when it's well within the zone. He doesn't protect, doesn't try to make things happen here.
And you can't look at pitches right down the middle like that. That's a curveball that you got to drive right there or pull it, get it into left field just like, Shonowell did.
Yeah, I mean, Hendricks is the type of guy, if you give him an inch, he's going to take a mile. He's behind in the count. You give him a strike, he's going to be competitive again at you.
Yeah, he will be. And that's the thing. Hold on, I got to fix I'm peeking too much over here. You go ahead and talk right now while I'm trying to fix it.
I don't know what to say. No, I was kidding. Ward himself, man, the number 3 hole is not the spot for him. I would like to see him number 2, see a little bit more pitches, be a little bit more aggressive here at the plate. But now he has the shades ball because he's trying to do a little too much.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem right there. He's got to what is mine right here? Yeah, he's got to get his stuff together right here. Hold on, keep it down real quick. There we go. My peak. I don't know why it took off right there on me.
There we go, running. Oh, throwing up a mile. What is good speed? He looks pretty poor right now. It's killing me right now. It's
their teams.
No, you'll get the nod for 3 or 4 more games right away.
Yeah, it's all about be aggressive. I don't like that. Man, my gain's up. So go ahead, Rob. Can you hear me okay? Or?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Am I coming off on the speaker or am I off? As we do the mic check during the inning.
But yeah, no, the Angels themselves, I mean, we got to see what Artie wants out of this team here. What he expects out of this team. Does he still want to go for it? He wants to make a difference, has unfinished business. As we look at left field over here, I mean, there's tons of things that need to be done here. Stadium-wise, player-wise, personnel-wise. You have a big question to answer himself, too. Who's your GM?
Yeah, GMs is definitely a problem for this team because we don't know who's in charge. It could still be freaking Artie at this point.
Yeah, I mean, and you've heard these players say, too, the word's out there that if you're a free agent, this is not the place to come anymore. Trout's pool really isn't good anymore because his word doesn't mean too much throughout baseball right now because of what Artie's been doing around here. That's going to be an uphill battle for the Angels. That's why I think you got to go all in and sell and get these prospects and build it back up again and go from there.
Yeah, they definitely need a plan moving forward. They've struggled as far as picking up the pieces from other seasons, and they haven't had a game plan. That's been something that Angel fans have been talking about for some time. And you would think with what they've got now on the field, possibly moving forward, that they would be able to feed off of that and have a game plan. It would help attract free agents. But like you said, what happened last year totally killed everything. And this team doesn't look the same. They're not respected like they should be. It's not a destination anymore, for a franchise like this. There's Kevin Pillar getting his 10 years of service.
10 years of service, but find yourself on the bench. Great job.
Yeah, exactly. One of the best hitters, and he's not in the lineup. Fly ball. And see, this is right here. That right there, you're talking Wrigley Field where the ball always travels out, right? The wind. Mm-hmm. That's why he's so valuable to these teams. Like, say, for instance, the Baltimore, Atlanta, the Dodgers, the Cubs, as far as a trade partner. And look at those numbers right there. How does he not get a start?
Not only those numbers, but defensive play alone, too. I mean, you have a good glove out there. You're going to find yourself on a team starting somewhere because you make a difference out there. But I don't know. He's doing too well, maybe. I mean, we're not used to that. We're not supposed to do that well. Or Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, I mean, and getting back to Anderson, I know I'm jumping around, but Anderson's going to be valuable because even if his location is keeping the ball in the field, he doesn't give up many home runs. Back to Pillar. He should be playing every day. There's no excuse for him not to be. I don't want to hear this. He's old. I don't want to hear this right versus right-handers. He's not that good. He's good versus both. So,
yeah, I'm not a big thing on the metrics itself, too, righty versus lefty and all that BS, because at the end of the day, he had to come up facing righties no matter what. He didn't only play facing lefties, and he didn't make a major league roster by only facing lefties himself. He had a great career, Cal State Dominguez Hills product. The guy puts in the work, he grinds it out, and he's actually a role model, I would think, to these younger guys on what to do and how to do things right. Because look at him, he's very engaged in this game right now. He's not sitting back on the bench and doing nothing.
Yeah, he's going to talk to the other players, like you said, and he's going to be more forthcoming. So, yeah, there has to be somewhat of a balance on this team, and I think he's part of it. And the fact he's not a part of it, it kind of sucks. But, we'll see moving forward what this team does. But because, again, if I'm another team looking at him, I'd value him.
Great pitch again. Back-to-back change was right there to end the inning. It's a pretty good pitch overall. He hung that there. Swanson's looking for a fastball, especially after bouncing that changeup in the dirt.
One other thing about Anderson, Rob, as we go to commercial here at Mezzo, I will say this about Anderson. Just imagine if this dude had gotten 2 runs. I mean, these 2 sticks.
Yeah.
Because often he's pitching either down 1-0 or he's tied 0-0.
Yeah, he's not pressing anymore because there's room for error. He can go ahead and give up that single. He doesn't have to go up there and clench every time, hoping that something goes right for him. But now, can we keep this up? That's the whole thing. Because Chicago's bats are going to come alive. They're going to put the ball in play. We got to make plays behind them. But also, too, we got to have some good quality at bats. Give them a nice little break in between innings here.
Yeah, exactly. And he can actually pitch, but I'm going to throw it. Because you can't do that when you have a 1-0 lead or you're in a tie ball game. You can kind of, like you said, you get a little run support.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a strikeout pitcher. Everyone knows that. He's a more pitch-to-contact type guy, get ground balls. But when your team's not doing well behind you, they're not hitting well at the plate, you feel like you have to strike guys out, as you saw the last start with them. He was really pressing, working those 0-2 counts, 1-2 counts, and the 3-2 counts, trying to strike guys out. That's not his game. He's got to stay within his game, but this team has to allow him to do that. Absolutely.
And so far, they're giving him an opportunity. Tyler says, congratulations, Pilar. Now ride some pine, you dirtbag. That's unfortunate, but I could see that happening. So you are getting some comments here, and but it's slow because we're going to have to read them as we go because for whatever reason here, it does not work good when we're live. So that's why we're not playing any sound bites or whatever. But as we start it was the top of the third right now, right?
Yeah, top third inning. I mean, besides Shanwell right there, we're not hitting these balls too hard. I mean, he's pitching pretty good. Kendrick's pitching well. I mean, these are little bloops here and there that's nice to have, and everything works out for us. But we got to make good contact against this guy. Keep on him because it took him out of the game.
Yeah, he did. So we have a new pitcher. It's Colton Brewer. Maybe something happened.
Yeah, because Hendrick's not pitching a bad game at all. He'd be a huge asset to this team here.
Oh, yeah. He came over free agency from who? Do you remember?
He wasn't drafted by the Cubs?
I thought he came from Philly, or I know he bounced around a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of another Kendrick.
I mean, he's always a guy who's uniform itself. We could have used him, especially during those era where we had Pujols, Ohtani, and Trout all healthy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But right now you have Ford up there who did have first and third first time around, and he was not able to swing because Hero was thrown out at second.
Probably saved him there because I said he was going to get a hit there and he's going to choke.
Yeah, if our producer to the stars wants to come on and produce from his home, you could use the comments or put them up on the screen if possible, and you could probably play some sound bites too. That'd be funny. Because right here, it's on such a delay, dude. Like, it's not like when I do it from home where it's just like.
It's like 3 minutes behind because we see this comment now.
Yeah.
Teams know that we're desperate. One Jet Spot says, team knows they're desperate. We're not going to get anything. Yeah. It's a hard spot to be in. I mean, last year was the year to do it. It was to trade everybody away and start packaging it up with Ohtani and get more out of it. That was your only chance right there. I mean, even now, trying to package up Trout, you're not going to get much. Take one for the team. It's ball four anyways, right?
He was thinking it's going at my head again. He's had so much trauma with the head stuff.
Yeah, it was ball four anyways. Give him a hard time, but yeah, no, he's had a rough go on that one. He literally keeps his eye on the ball.
Well, I've been watching a lot of soccer lately with the Copa Cup and the Euro Cup. I know it's shocking, but my girls got me into it, and that looks like one that if that was a soccer ball, you kind of give it the old header, but not in baseball.
Who did Cole Calhoun did that right with the Diamondbacks?
Yes,
giving it a header here and there.
Yeah. So, You got one on, and that kind of sucks because you again you had first and third last time. And you couldn't get nothing done. You need to get some RBIs right here. And the dong. Oh, break right there.
Huge break there because that's a double play. Easy.
Oh, yeah.
He's not even halfway down to first base yet.
Yeah, Calhoun barely picked up his unit enough to get it to first base.
He's the type of guy to ask for oxygen, too, once he reaches first base.
Yeah,
the NFL, look for the mask. There's no rush here. I don't understand this play at all. Ward's not great speed overall. Calhoun's not flying down that line either. I mean, take your time there, but hey, it works out for the Angels once again.
Listen, if I'm Calhoun, even though I'm wearing a number 5, which was the DH and the staple for the Angels at 4 or 5 for them for years, even 3, I would have to question Ron and be like, dude, I am no Pujols. I feel more comfortable down on the lineup. I would argue against myself if I'm Calhoun. I'll be like, you see the size of my package? Like, I should not be in a spot where I have to run.
It's like dragging anchor.
Exactly. I think that's what his girl tells him. Drop anchor. He's like, with pleasure. Dong! So here's O'Hoppe in a great spot. First and third, nobody out. A chance to get some more runs. Oh!
Stay fair.
Foul. Just foul.
That's a great stat right there. Last 23 games. I mean, he's on fire. This is a guy who should be the captain of this team here pretty soon. I mean, the leader, taking over Trout's role, or what role he has right now. This is a guy I look up to, and hopefully the Angels sign him to a long-term deal and get him early instead of waiting out his rookie contract.
Exactly. And here's the thing, too, with O'Hoppe. If you look at him, like, for the first time, we've been in this pod for over a year. Who's going to be the captain? Who's going to be this and that? And we always shuffle between him and Neto. And I forgot which player they were asking. I think it was Shonawell. Shonawell said that the leader of this team by far is O'Hoppe.
Yeah, you can tell the work he puts in. That's strike 3.
No.
Oh, didn't go around.
Well, the umpires are helpful today.
Yeah, he's the guy that puts in the work. You can clearly see it. I mean, look at every pitch in this at bat. Even though it's a ball, he's not giving up on the pitch. He's there. He's locked in and ready to go on it. It's admirable to see and everything, especially last year when you watched everybody celebrate. He sat there. You knew he's coming back with vengeance this year.
Agreed. Wow, those are some cool.
It's a good eye right there with the Hoppe working the count. This is what I'd like to see more. I'd like to see a lot of this from the Angels too, especially the guys struggling. Guys batting 180, 190. Take these pitches. Make this pitcher work.
I agree. Nice swing. Yes. See, that's what a leader, that's what a Buster Posey, that's what a good catcher back in the day, even Todd Hundley, who had a few good years, switch hitting catcher. They go the other way, and he took what the pitcher gave him, wasn't looking to hit a home run, if he's trying to drive this ball's likely rolled over to shortstop for a double play. No, he goes to right center field on that beautiful swing.
Absolutely. I mean, you hit the nail on the head on that one. He goes with that pitch there. It'd be nice to see Calhoun just get a little bit of a secondary lead on this one.
It
just
would
a little bit bigger.
I would like to see a bunt right here, to be honest with you. You got a struggling hitter in Moniak, and again, he's not been beautiful at bunting, but
it's the 6 hole. You're right. You got to bunt. You got to get some production out of this here. If the 6 hole ground the double play, this is the wrong guy batting the situation.
Yep, because now he's 0-2 already, which Moniak's used to being 0-2. And you wasted an opportunity right there. You would have dropped down a bunt, and then you have second and third for Neto.
Yeah.
So right now, 3 runs. This is the most they've scored in all 3 games. See, here's a weak ground ball. That's about as best he could do right there.
Yeah,
it's as good as a bunt.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You got lucky there. Yeah. You actually got lucky there because that's a ground ball ready to happen for a double play. And this is what he can't do. This is the type of things I would like to see him change. I don't know if you guys see him with his short like that. I think he's trying to overload on that. Just make contact. Do what O'Hoppe did. Put the bat in play and all out there. Put the ball out there and let it happen. Because right now, you have no trade value. You have no value to the Angels defensively. Pilar's better, I think, defensively than Moniak is anyways, and especially hitting-wise too.
And this is the thing too. Like I'll ask you after this pitch right here, real quick, on what you saw from Moniak rolling the ball over to first base, right? As a pitcher, as you were, you see that a guy is struggling, even though he's a lefty against you. You're going to pitch on that upper outside corner, right?
With Moniak falling.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. A blue pit, the dog is barely scoring.
I don't know why they have him tagging up there, especially Cody Bellinger with the A+ arm. I mean, I think you got to have him quarter of a way down, not even halfway, so you don't get back picked, but quarter of a way down there because there's Cody catches his balls, he's scoring.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think you have to have him staying there. That's a great idea, great observation. Yeah, I think yeah, he did go back. He was tagging. There's no way.
There's no need. He's too shallow. He catches that ball there.
Yeah,
Cody kind of even gave up on that right there. I think he should have thrown that ball home.
he might have had a chance.
He might have had a chance. Neto may have gotten to second base there, but he might have had a chance on that one.
Dude, and Neto, that was an excuse me hit if I ever saw it.
Yes, it was.
But I'll take it. I mean, this is a kind of luck that this team has not had, number one. And number two, what's so frustrating is you can see these at-bats, and they're having good at-bats inconsistently too. Like they'll disappear against Oakland and just go back to all their bad habits.
Yeah, absolutely.
But getting back to what I want to ask you as a pitcher, if you noticed, this pitcher Brewer threw nothing close to Moniak, and it was all up and out over the plate.
Yeah, I mean, watching Moniak, and legitimately, if you guys watch his back shoulder, it is so far back in that loaded position that he's going to struggle to get to the outside part of the plate, especially anything above his hands. So you're going to pitch high and away outside on him. You're going to throw him the fastball, and then you're going to come back with a backdoor slider or breaking ball of some sort because he's going to dip in order to try to make up for him being so far back. I don't like it a little bit. And if you're a power pitcher throwing 100 miles per hour, there's no way in hell that he's going to go ahead and get a pitch up and inside on the hands.
That's true. That's true. And he's so predictable in his at-bats right now. So predictable. He's rolling over those pitches that do dip. Like he's trying to drive them still, but pull them. He's not going with them the other way. And I think that's a part of Moniak's swing that I don't know why no one's trying to fix.
Watch Luis's. Look where he's set up now. And he loads. When he loads to back spot, that's where Moniak's starting, is in his load position. And I think that's a problem right there. I think the Angels got to, I don't know why nobody's working with them. I don't know why they have all these computer graphics, if the Angels use it, that show you all these different things, right? You can outline it. But if you watch right here, see how he's squared up to the pitch with that back shoulder? He brings the back shoulder forward. If not, you watch Moniak, he can't bring it forward because he's loaded so far back here. In order to bring it forward, he lunges. And when he lunges, he drops his hands. That's why you get these weak ground balls, weak pop-ups.
And the difference between a guy like Guillerme and Moniak is he'll get a pitch or two that'll start down in the zone and he can lay off of them. Whereas Moniak and other pitchers, a scouting report, he can't lay off of him, and he'll go right. Go after him is the way to go.
Guillerme takes that 2-1 fastball right there. You got to see a pitcher struggling. You got to go after him.
That is true.
That's 2 pickoffs right now.
Comment right there if you want to read that one, Mateo. It's right there on the screen.
Don't make it through today's game with strike zone. We know what it is. Yeah, Mateo. You know what? The strike zone is it's all over the place. But Cody Ross seems like the guy to me. It's going to be out of here because everything's going the Angels' way right now.
Safe.
Send him home.
Yep. All right. That's a free run.
That's O'Hoppe being heads up right there.
That's a leader.
Absolutely is.
5-0.
Yeah, 5-0 right there. Ron won't even get thrown out anyways. He rarely argues balls and strikes. You know what I mean? He's old school. He knows the name of the game. And you start arguing balls and strikes, the calls are gone for you.
But this is the times that, like, that looked like a pitch out. Was that a pitch out?
It did look like one.
Because those are the times that even on a pitch out, and look at that, like you said, heads up, dancing a little bit. As soon as it got away, he's sending him.
Yeah. He didn't have to be sent. Look at that. That was O'Hoppe all on his own.
God, I just wish this team would learn and be like, hey, we scored 5 because we did A, B, and C. Let's do it again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's be consistent. Let's come with the same approach. Because look at that. Good at bat by Guillerme.
It is. He works that count there, gets the walk there. Luckily for us, Hendricks gets out of the game. They bring in Brewer probably a little bit earlier than he expected. Wasn't really ready for it himself. But yeah, Chicago. I thought we were bad.
See, this is funny, and I like how they're trolling. However, we've got no place to talk as Angel fans.
Can we claim the Rams or somebody at least?
Hell, I'll take the Chargers at this point.
I'll take the Chargers over the Rams, but
yeah, that's tough, man. Let's see. Comments are coming in good here. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was good using his head right there. Happy 10th anniversary, Pilar. Your president is Moniak and Adele starting over you. Yeah.
Henderson needs to hit one of their guys in the back. It won't hurt, man. It'd be like a little pillow fight for these guys there. Throwing 88 miles per hour at someone's back doesn't really send a message. Adele here, 0-2. You got to shorten up the swing.
And see that pitch that they're throwing right there too. At times he'll swing at that when he's really not being patient.
Yeah.
And this is a scouting report, on him and Moniak. Moniak gets pitch him out and over the plate, up, or in, down and in, and he swings. And same thing with Adele, slider outside, up in the zone.
Yeah.
He's super aggressive.
I'll say this. Adele's approach looks good right there. He's in it every pitch, and he's seeing what's going on. Oh, both runners steal there.
It's a great pitch to lay off of.
It is. His approach is there right now. It's a lot better than Moniak's approach too. It's just his vision overall. It needs to be worked on a little bit, but that's going to come with time.
If he could work a walk right here, this would be huge. Okay,
it's a good swing.
It's a good rip.
Swing.
Yeah, protect the plate.
Absolutely. I'd rather see that than him whiffing right there, trying to hit a home run or watching that down the middle.
We have CPR saying, how many more do you as owner?
Yeah, hopefully this heat wave takes him out. No, no, I was joking. That was bad. I'm sorry. So he dips it there, trying to drive it and run.
Yeah, going after this slider, trying to pull it.
Dare you?
Yes.
If he goes to right field, that's a base hit.
That's where the old adage of Dignan, drive the fastball the opposite way. You get a breaking ball in there, you end up pulling it. But you got to be thinking that way. You got to have that mindset going into it.
And that's unfair. The fact that you have half the guys in this inning having that particular mindset, and the other half
Two pitches this inning. He's struggling out there. He's tired.
Yep.
You cannot fastball down the middle. First pitch. I do not like these takes when it's first pitch fastball down the middle. You should be looking right there for your zone, and that's in Chanwell's zone right there.
Yep.
That drives me insane, especially with runners in scoring position, because you take an opportunity away.
Yeah, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot right there. I mean, this would be huge if he comes through with a single right here.
Absolutely.
It would be huge. I mean, it already is huge if they got 5. Because for the Angels, 5 runs equates to most other teams as 12.
Yeah. It does. Well, with Anderson, like you said, Anderson on the mound now, it's relaxing to go back out there. Now you have room for error. You start making better pitches. You start taking
more aggressive.
Wow.
Foul that off his foot. Ouchie.
Every time I see that, I just think like IL, automatic.
Well, see, you have an ambulance out there if it was Rendon. Well, excuse me, number 6. He shall not be mentioned.
Well, we'd be misdiagnosed as well, though, too.
Well, no, he'll diagnose himself. He'll say, I have rabid rabies. I'm out for a long time. They're like, it was just an ankle injury.
What happened to the guy with the long hair? Got fired?
It's too hot. Too hot today for him out there.
This is a worry right here. I mean, this is finally turning it on. I know he's 0 for 3 yesterday, but looks good today. He works the count for us. Who else plays first base? Is Drury healthy today, or why is he scratched?
I don't know. He's had bacterial issues. Who knows? But this is like CPR says stinger. This does feel like a stinger to me. This feels like something that, it only hurts and is numb for about a few minutes, and then you get the pain back. It feels like a ball, and then it'll go away after a while. So
That's off the top of the foot, that hurts.
Yeah.
I play hockey. I mean, you get hit with a stick there on top of the foot. That hurts like a mofo. Can only imagine a 90-mile-per-hour pitch.
I fouled one off my foot when I had like not that good of cleats. At least like the bottom parts were good, but like the top part was very janky. The ball went off of it, and I'm very veiny in my feet. So like it hit my veins, and like it literally felt like an electric shock at first, and then it freaking stung. And yes, it was like that to where I could not move it to for a second or two, and I felt like, did I break something? And I did break a blood vessel. I would find out later the next day. Yeah, so because your foot turns sort of purple.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, just like Shonawell did right now, he gave it a good tug and a good kick, and he's fine. It takes, but you eventually you're okay.
I was a pitcher. I wasn't allowed to hit, so I wouldn't know.
Oh boy! And you guys, and speaking of pitchers, because I'm that hitter guy. I used to hate when you guys would start a fight, with hitting people, but the players would have to clean up your mess because obviously, look at that, he goes right after his ankle again, dude.
You know what? You're right. We might have to throw at him, guys. You might be throw Joyce out there real quick and send a message.
Dude, he just got hit on the foot, or he hit off his own foot, and the guy's like, hey, let's throw out his foot.
It looks like to me, though, the Cubs have given up on this game. This guy's throwing 37 pitches in the inning, and you're not taking him out. You're going to let your guy go out there and struggle? Come on. It's a hot day. It's a hot day here. I can only imagine how hot it is there.
Yeah, I think Council's like, this is a throwaway game right now.
Oh, I said Cody Ross earlier. Council get thrown out. I don't know why I thought Ross was still manager.
I only remember Council because he backstabbed the Brewers, number one, and then he went for the money. Like you're a Brewer through and through. They drafted you. You played with them.
You're in the Hall of Fame there.
Yeah. And you're just like, I'm going with the money.
Yeah.
Shows you where that guy's loyalty's at.
Surprised he didn't become an Angel manager.
Should have been.
Should have been for sure.
See, wow, what an inning for the Angels, doing everything right, applying pressure on the Cubs. Haven't seen this from the Angels in a minute, Jay says.
Pressure breaks pipes.
Exactly. And this is something that, again, we've talked about this, bro. You don't have to have the best lineup. But you see some of these teams that get to the postseason that do good things. They're consistent, number one.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, they're the type of team that, when they have these scrappy teams, they'll just say, screw it. We're going to pressure. We're going to, something good is eventually going to happen.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go and you're just swinging for the fences and you stymie yourself, you help the other team. The other teams, like you said earlier in the show, to get momentum, because momentum is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get into a groove. And you're just, again, you're helping the other team beat you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this whole idea of running and being aggressive this year, I like it, but that only comes if you're applying the pressure in the box.
Yeah, because if you run yourselves out of innings like Kira just did twice for us, I mean, you're going to hurt yourself in the long run. You got to take advantage of situations. We're taking an advantage of situation right now. Hendricks came out. They put this guy in. That's what good teams do overall. Everyone has to contribute as well, though, too, at some point in time. Not in the same day, but your top lineup one day, the bottom lineup's got to pick them up other days. That's what's happening today. That's what it looks like. But we got to be smart at the same time, because this game should be out of hand a little bit more. 2 more runs at least, I think, in my opinion.
I have to agree right here. I mean, literally, if you do get a couple runs right here, Anderson could start throwing underhand. Being with a couple being knocked in right now.
Yes, please hit that like and subscribe button if you guys already or haven't had already. But please also, too, come down here. It's a beautiful day. Sun's starting to come out right now. Trains passing by. We're watching out left field. Hopefully Mike Trout's getting some BP work again on the field right now. You guys never know what you might see out here.
And you can't tell if the Angels are playing a game or not, because the stands look exactly how they would during a game. So, ground ball right there. Unless it's Christmas in June.
Yes.
Then you have a full house.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we go to the now we're gonna be going to the bottom of third, Barely.
Yeah, our Nats game. That was strolling along.
That game was over quick, bro. Yesterday it was like, okay, do I come back home and do a post game? I'm like, no, we scored 1 run, bro. Again,
there's not much to say.
Yeah, and all I would have been doing is yelling the entire time, dude.
Yeah. It's got to be tough. I mean, I did the post game for the first time, and Todd had these instructions for me how to do it. I messed it up, of course.
No, you did a good job, bro.
But it's hard. It's tough when the Angels are struggling. It's tough to talk about something because you got to. I mean, look at us, guys. We're in bottom of the league. We're last place in the division right now. It's very hard to get stuff out there and to see, especially when you itself doesn't even care. You don't see the brass here. I mean, I came to 57. That parking lot's full back there. The brass, they're working today. Hopefully, they're working on making moves or doing something. If not, they're setting up for golf or a monster truck rally or something like that, whatever's going on. But you would hope that they're doing something right.
Yes. And that's the thing. I mean, you kind of have whispers and you kind of have insiders that will let you know what's going on in the Dodger organization. I hate going back to them. But they have things so structured. And they have media that's atop of them that – again, when Ron Washington gives his post-game press conferences, it's literally looks like a banner in front of a bathroom.
Yeah.
Whereas Dodger Stadiums, they've got this huge podium that looks like NFL style. It's set up with multiple reporters, international, obviously, for Shohei and stuff like that. It's like the end of the softball questions that are being asked Ron compared to the hard stuff that Dave in a win answer. I'm sorry.
I've even seen Ron in post games too get a little hard on the reporters for asking certain stuff, and he's throwing the hardball questions back at them. And people go, "Oh, he's blaming the players." No, he has that type of grit where he expects so much out of his players, and kind of expects stuff out of media too, right? He wants
True.
the fan base to care.
Yes.
See how and not bad. Boat's a good hitter here. Look at the number 8 hitter.
321. Yeah.
This guy's good. Third baseman. He's going to be good for a couple of years here. Hopefully they let him go. We pick him up or trade Rendon away.
That's a good placement right there. Good pitch placement right there. Easy first out. Why are we showing this play?
No clue.
Oh, probably because Shonawell, maybe? The way he ran around? Yeah.
Well, look good.
The Yankees just scored 7 runs. They were down 4-3 a second ago. Yikes. Nice
See,
change.
that's the thing you want. Pitching backwards, competitiveness. This 5-run lead allows them to do this right here.
Mm-hmm. He's not doing a good job. He doesn't give a shit about the team. I was like, what's Randy saying right there? Okay. There's another ground ball. Nice field there. It's Renifo at third.
Mm-hmm.
Who is number 6? Why do we care about this guy?
Because we're paying him one of the highest paid contracts in baseball.
That's why.
And, I mean, yes, it's not higher than Ohtani's, but since they're able to cheat and pay him on the back end and gamble some money away, we end up with the highest
payroll,
mm-hmm.
which is insane.
I hope these guys are working hard here in this office and putting a highlight reel together for Anderson as a trade package, because this is the pinnacle.
Oh, you definitely listen and engage in some talks, some serious talks. And right now, if this Angels team is dropping the ball, if they're not already scouting potential trade partners, only under one condition: if we were able to say, okay, we're going to get Burns next year, or we're going to have this guy, we're going to have 2 studs, and then have Anderson instead of being a number 1 and number 3. Then you have a direction. Then you have a plan. But if you're not sure if you're going to be in the high ranking of or one of these teams to get one of these high ranking free agents, then yes, to your point, if a big package came around right now, I take it.
Yeah, that's a great pitch right there. Change up,
okay.
Fouled off.
I meant trade partner.
He's got the dong on his mind, but anyway,
I do. He's batting next inning, by the way.
Yeah, that was a great pitch there, though. 2-1 count. Throws a changeup.
Nice pitch again. And again, you're keeping the ball in the play. This is what's so valuable.
Is that a 10-pitch inning?
Yeah, to other teams, because, listen, like you said, he's a ground ball pitcher, right? But when he does pitch into contact, it doesn't fly out of the ballpark. How many pitchers are getting paid 3 times the amount as he is, and surrendering 3 times the amount of home runs?
I mean, the guy he started against, Hendricks. Hendricks getting paid a lot more, and he does the same exact thing, that overpowering fastball, ground ball pitcher.
Mm-hmm. And that's what you need in a ballpark like that, which is susceptible to the home runs.
Yeah.
You want to read that comment?
Yeah, Mario says, would Belly fit this team for next season? I was hoping the Angels would have or gave him a deal after losing Ohtani. Personally, I think Bellinger fits. At one time, we needed first baseman, right? You got to help Shanwell out a little bit. I thought he was struggling defensively. He needed a little bit of work. Ron Washington comes in. He's the type of coach, the guru for infielders to work with somebody, and it's done well so far. We need that left-handed hitter. We need that pop off the bat. I think we were really expecting a lot of him out of Moniak this year. He hit 275, 280 last year, and we're like, oh, hey, maybe he turned that corner. We didn't make the move because Moniak's tier is what, a couple million?
Mm-hmm.
Bellinger's tier is 30 million. It's a risk-reward type thing because the Angels have been burned a lot lately by signing these guys 30 million, and you get a Rendon type performance out of it.
And two, like with him, if Bellinger, I mean, the way that the injuries have been, wouldn't it be nice if they could have Bellinger in right or left field?
Yeah, it honestly would be. He's a unicorn. This guy can play in any part of the outfield. He's going to be great defensively, A-plus arm. But then if you can also put him at first base, that's a big frame to throw to. He has the glove to do it.
He does. He really does.
I mean, we talk about not going to games, but Throwback Week looks pretty cool, man. Check that out. That bobblehead's pretty sick.
It is pretty cool, and they're going to wrap us all in with that, too.
Yeah. Look at the exit velo on hits today. They're not hitting the ball hard. They're just putting the ball in play. Like somebody said earlier, put the ball in play, let good things happen. Apply the pressure to the Cubs. Make them make plays.
Look, see, this goes against Bally's because your stupid Patrick O'Neill, who's not in attendance, who covered that Oakland series, he's a bad luck charm. He was saying this entire time, hey, you got to hit the ball deep. Hey, where's the home run? This guy's home runs. Home run. This guy's home runs. During a game like this, if you're peppering the ball in the outfield, you're getting guys on bases. You're pressuring. A home run does it's a rally killer, ends anything kind of momentum you got going. The way they're hitting the ball today is the way we want this team to do. Like take that as ownership as, hey, we're going to go for hits.
Yeah,
we're going to go for walks. And then in another run, keep the guys going first to third, stuff like that. And it's frustrating when you see a game like this, you're like, there's the potential. That's what this team could do if they're locked in, they're focused, and they have the right approach.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it disappears because I don't know who says it. I don't know if it's the analytics, Rob. I don't know if it's Ron or the hitting coaches. But then, they'll have a game like this, and they'll be like, well, tomorrow's starter, we should be swinging for the fences.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have that mindset there because swinging for the fences leads to strikeouts.
Mm-hmm. Too aggressive.
That stat there, I didn't like that stat manager-wise overall and their records in itself too because you got to take into account organizations, right? The Angels aren't even trying. They did nothing this offseason to improve themselves. And I think Ron's doing a great job. Phenomenal job, actually. And you look at Stephen Vogt, I thought the Indians, they were in the championship series 2 years ago?
With Francona, yeah.
With Francona. So they have the skill set there. The Brewers clearly have the skill set. The Cubs even have a better skill set overall, too, because they have an ace. They have a back-end bullpen type guys.
Yeah, and you could tell the managers or the organization how it is, like what percentage it depends on the manager, because like you said, those are other guys or guys moving over to continue that culture going. Whereas in Houston, they struggled so bad because the managing was bad, the decision making was bad. They're getting better now, but that transition wasn't so smooth.
See, that first pitch over here to Calhoun, count, the guy pitches a breaking ball, you take it. I don't mind that there. But now you got to start changing your approach here. 0-1 count, cannot take another pitch. Again, to go 0-2. Granted, it was a change up high in the zone.
Oh, there's a nice hit by the Dong.
He proves me wrong right there.
First to third, too. And see, that's what they're doing. That's what we've been missing. That's what we haven't been seeing.
You get the aggressiveness now when you're up 5-0. You don't see this when you're down 2-1 or 5-0 in itself, too, unless it's the last inning and you just come up just shy.
Absolutely. And this is what is it? Marty's saying we are winning. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, I'm not.
Another inning where we been shut? We haven't been shut out in the inning yet, have we? Scored a run in every inning so far.
Yeah, we have.
So let's see if we can continue it. Hoppy
swinging for the fence there.
Yeah.
Hoppy tried to do too much with that one.
But see, in this situation when you're already up 5, I don't mind that.
Yeah, no, you're right. My worry is the ground ball.
True. I would like for them to keep the same approach. Well, there's your ground ball.
My worry.
Well, they get one, but that run doesn't
take it.
Yeah, 6-0. But that is a rally killer right there.
You know it is. Absolutely is.
And yeah, you could tell his approach was completely different from the other two at bats.
It was. He was trying to drive that ball. He was trying to hit it out of the park here. What is that? Front Street?
Yes.
That Front Street there? Yeah.
And that's that. By the way, in Chicago, that is one of my.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off here. Check out his stance right there. The hands are below, and now watch his back shoulder. He has to come so far around to reach these pitches here. That's what bugs me.
And look how late he was.
He's over the top of that one. Change up. Got full in that.
Mm-hmm. He's sitting fastball. So if you throw him anything off speed, he's just going to look foolish, just like that. As he comes through with a hit.
I'll take the hit there. That's a good hit overall. Puts contact on the ball, make great contact.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. It's like the stupid Dodger thing they do in itself. A little dance and everything. You're up 6-0. You're batting below the Mendoza line. Keep your head down.
Yes, if I'm batting I would say, okay, the lowest I would go is if I'm batting 230 and I get a hit, I'll do a little thing like that. I'm batting below 230. I'm just keep my head down, be like, okay. To myself, I'm like, good job. Next time I got to get another hit.
CPR says the future is bright. The young Angels just sucks that right now the move is to sell Ward and Anderson.
Yep. That is the difference. Yeah, right now you could tell they're you could tell that they're what is it called? Their approach is different in this one so far.
No, absolutely. But we were talking about the Dodgers earlier, and here's one thing I want to tell everybody about the Dodgers and why they're doing it right. So my brother-in-law works in single A baseball. He's in Ohio. Mm-hmm. Dodgers came to town. Each guy, and I knew this before because from other podcasts in itself too, and Eric Kratz covered this with AJ Pierzynski. Dodgers give their players, once they're drafted, iPads, right? Everything's on there. They need scouting reports. They can do homework on it too. They're always constantly working. But then a single A baseball team, 2 food trucks accompany the Dodgers single A team. When they go, the nutritionists are there on hand too. They're eating well. They're not going to Chick-fil-A. They're not having to have a podcast. Halos in the infield give their guys sushi or some type of food to eat a little bit better than the hot dogs or BS that they're giving them there. That's the difference between a franchise trying to win and better themselves and a franchise like an entertainment type system.
Yeah,
in itself.
Yeah, because it almost felt when we catered for Inland Empire that one time, it almost felt like they were like, well, we were going to give them peanut butter and jelly, but sushi will work. You know, that seems better. Like these guys.
It says, hey, don't blame Moniak's mechanics. He doesn't have the hitting coaches and analytics, batting cages and trainers. You know what, Tyler, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one too, because he came from Philly, who had a hitting coach who turned around Brandon Marsh from a 220 hitter to a 300 hitter and an all-star in itself too, mechanic wise, that they couldn't even fix it. They gave up on him. I think, at least that's my observation. I don't know how you feel about that, Todd, but you were number 1 first pick overall, first pick. You got to go ahead and do something different.
Absolutely. You absolutely have to do that. And that's the problem. Look at the Angels going out, just getting.
You see this earlier? You see it on social media?
No, I didn't see it on social media.
That's probably the best meal they've had by the team for a while, huh? Coffee and donuts. Nice little check you need. It sucks that he has so much value. They only have him for 1 year, but look at him coming after hitters right there. First pitch change up. It looks like a fastball. Bottom drops out from under it like that. Puts us ahead 0-2 count. He is now working in work mode right now. He's going to help us out here.
He's aggressive, and he's not allowing any momentum to come back for the Cubs. He's not allowing a 3-run shot or guys to get on base.
Marty says what's wrong with Artie Sheen, not just single A players. Yeah, he has an active plumbing issue there at the stadium because of those nachos. He keeps reusing the same cheese.
That's disgusting. He's like, we'll homestand.
Yeah, F it, it's fine. Honestly, it honestly looks like that though too. Hey, you know what? Angel Stadium, we didn't sell all that food, so send it to Inland and Empire real quick and see if those guys will eat it.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy about that video they just showed? They're walking down the streets of Chicago, and nobody knows who those Angels are. They couldn't do that with Trout and Ohtani.
No
way.
Absolutely not.
No
absolutely
way.
not.
But I mean, it must have been nice for them, But have them in full garb like that, dude. You imagine Trout? He would be like mobbed. For autographs.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and in a good way, not a bad way.
Yeah. See Bellinger here, lefty on lefty. Usually they shy away from playing him. If he's a Dodger, he'd be on the bench tonight.
Oh yeah. They actually trust their hitters.
Mm-hmm.
So as we're here in the bottom of the 4th inning, if you haven't come down yet, we suggest to come down here to Mezzo and check us out. Get that 15% off by using the promo code, and check out the food they got. And you got the Angels winning, so you should be in a good mood. Although Bally's is showing Taco Bell, you don't want instant diarrhea. You want food that's actually going to stay in your body, and you're going to enjoy. So, sometimes you don't even enjoy the Taco Bell going in. But you want to enjoy the food, and so you want to come out here to Mezzo, try their buffalo wings. They have bone in, bone out. They got the calzones, different flavors, spicy, regular pizza. It's a folded pizza, Big 20. If you're watching, he didn't even know what one was. He's like, "What's that?" So,
What, Newport Beach doesn't get it down there or what? That's a great pitch right there.
Oh,
Freezes them on a changeup up high.
I
Strike
know
three.
that, dude.
And honestly, guys, too, if you guys can't come down today, next time you guys come to an Angel game, we're looking at the stadium right here, Todd.
oh yeah,
It is that close. They have boxes to go. You guys can bring your food inside Angel Stadium. It's great calzones. My mouth was watering over it last time we had it here. I was sitting right next to Todd over there. I couldn't really talk the whole time because I was enjoying myself. The game sucked itself. We lost to the Dodgers,
yeah.
of course, but great food down here, great beer. Is a good time. For those of you who don't drink beer, there's plenty of other beverages here to enjoy.
absolutely. An easy out, easy inning for Mr. Tyler Anderson.
Someone called that too. Someone called it. Who said that? Someone's going to get thrown out because Council's on his way.
Oh yeah. He wants to get thrown out anyway. It's an ugly game. But getting back to your point, the walking. I mean, literally, you have no excuse right here. If you're late to a game, you don't have tickets. A lot of people like to wait till the last minute. 714 Tickets is moving in right here. Then you got freaking Mezzo right here to grab a bite.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to park for free instead of parking right here for $10, because you don't want to pay Artie, you got $10 front row right here, highlighted by Mezzo. But if you don't want to pay for parking, it's like literally a 4-minute walk, if that, from depending on how fast you walk.
Yeah.
But over there by Noble, and you can enjoy a brewski or two over there with our discount. Come right over here to Mezzo. Enjoy some food before you go in. Not have to pay like $50 for one combo at the Big A. You know, you're getting all meatballs as sides. You got salads. You got garlic knots. You got onion rings. You got French fries. It's all right here. You got good drinks, like you said. So it's well worth it. It's streams from here on and off through the season, whether it's home or away. So come on out. And if you can't come on out, it's a road game. You don't feel like making the trip just down here for food because we know how lazy we all are at times. Thank you, COVID. That made us really, really lazy. But you got Uber Eats, you got Grubhub, DoorDash. It's all there. You just type in Mezzo Eats that way too. So
You guys, it takes me an hour to get here from where I live. It's at heart. Any chance I get to eat something that's good, I'll make the drive for it. And
you're
this
very
is definitely a
critical
place.
too. You know, like we've known each other for a little bit now, and you're very critical of food because you like good food. You're not.
I do.
And Rob's one of these guys that's not going to be like, hey, it's good. It's like it doesn't matter if it's free. If it's $50, Rob's going to be like, I didn't really like it. If he doesn't like it, he'll tell you.
Yeah, I'll pay for good food. If it's free food and it's not good, I'm going to tell you it's not good. I don't care that it was free. I would rather pay for good food in itself. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Drew's smiling on the mound now. This is a guy too I also thought would have fit with the Angels a little bit.
Well, you notice something too. The last four pitchers that they've brought in, whether it's Hendricks starting or the relievers. Granted, they didn't pitch. Brewer had good ERAs.
Yeah, no, they do. They have quality guys in the bullpen. I don't know what's going on in Chicago in itself. It's the starting rotation overall, or the hitter's not producing, but they have what it takes to be a playoff team.
Dan says they walked down the streets of Chicago. They're lucky they weren't mobbed or robbed at gunpoint. Well, that's in the north side. I've been to the south side. South side's scary, but the north side, from what I've seen, is very nice. Well, this is a tough play.
Is this in south side?
This is north side.
Is it?
Isn't it? Chicago. The Cubs play in the north side, right?
I thought they played south side.
No, south side is the White Sox.
I know the White Sox in downtown area next to Sears Tower and everything.
Yeah. I think that's south side. Aren't they called the south side? Someone's going to correct me in the comments. It's either going to correct me or you.
Yeah.
We'll see.
There was someone who said earlier too that does this seal a deal for Anderson on this? You know what? I hope so. I really do, because if you're going to get a nice little deal back, you do it early, you do it often, right? That's how you're going to get it before these big names start rolling out, because there's going to be teams who are desperate now, who need to win now and make that difference before falling 4 or 5 more games back. Because you trade him now, you get 2 or 3 more starts out of him, possibly.
Get him at his highest, and I think this is a quality start against a day game in Chicago where the ball flies out, and he's keeping the ball down. No one's hit. Literally, if they've made contact, it's been very light.
I'm gonna check it. What's the weather there in Chicago? It's a hot day. Hot day, that ball flies.
Yes, I told you. Mario said Cubs are north side. Told you.
Darn You, Mario, why'd you have to do that?
I mean,
Hey, Randy, boot him from the chat. That's kidding. I'm kidding.
but yeah. Oh, so quick story. I'll wait till the end of the inning to tell you what happened. My South Side story. I do have a South Side story. The first time I went to Chicago, that was crazy. Remind me on commercial. Pitches down, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Adele.
I'm surprised these guys are pitching around these guys a little bit, like Adele and everything. I just go right after him.
Yeah, they definitely are wasting some pitches, man. What happened? Rob doesn't know baseball confirmed. Wow.
Thanks, Randy.
Shots fired. Oh, drive. That is
and that's why
long.
they don't come after him. He dug that out, right? That was a ball.
You can put
Nice
it on the
job.
board. Yes. He clubbed that one.
Who cares that he's batting 190? 14th home run of the season fell there. Solo shot.
Hey, the exit velocity. No, I mean that's what he could do. I mean, if he had more Ohapi at bats, he'd be batting 250, going the other way. Stop relying on that slider out
Yeah.
over the plate. But he could do something right there.
The pressure's on this guy, I feel like, because he knows what's going on here. He knows that he's on his way out. Look at Pilar, take him in right there. That's that's the Moustakas this season. That's the guy we need. That's the leader in the clubhouse here. Trout's not doing it. God knows Rendon's not doing it.
Ron,
this is the guy.
It feels like Ron's like, why are you giving him good advice? Just sit down and shut up. You know?
Artie's breaking things right now. We're winning.
Yeah. So right now it's down, the Cubs nothing.
Did you say Los Angeles?
I hate saying Los Angeles.
Why'd you say that?
That's the name.
Dude, I gotta go.
I mean, we should be Anaheim. I'm tired of that too, bro. And I threw that out there just because Dan's watching. He loves when I call him Los Angeles.
It's amazing.
At least 5 or 10 of you should be here at Mezzo. That's all I'm saying. You can be sitting next to us. You can get on here and get your point across and yell at the other people that you chat with on the chat and talk crap about, you know?
Great take right there.
Right.
That's why Shanwell has adapted. You're right. He has done well at the leadoff spot right there because he's not chasing pitches. He knows his zone and where it's at and what he wants.
Exactly. Bally's just showed that they scored. That's an out. That's a ground out. That's a productive out.
No, it is. It is. Works to the count again. Puts the pitches on the board for these guys. Tomorrow's going to be a hard game for the Cubs because you start blowing through this bullpen a little bit more, going to run out of arms. Granted, not everybody does what we do. Just because you pitched today doesn't mean you're not going to pitch tomorrow. But you start running these counts up, you're going to force their hand on counts a little bit.
Yep. And by the way, that is, I was going to say earlier, between that stadium and Pittsburgh, that is definitely a, what is it called? Bucket list stadium. I've got to go to a day game in Wrigley.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, damn it, I threw that ball away. I should have kept it.
Dan, we are the damn Dodgers. Aren't. I'm sorry. I see that now.
I knew that was going to piss off Dan.
You did.
I love Dan, but he's a Rams fan, so I have to give him crap. Here's Hero with a nice, debut, 2 for 3.
Malou, what's happening?
Or not debut, second. So, James Malou said last game of the season, it was postponed.
The Angels should have a Guerrero night during a homestand.
Yeah, they should.
How do you feel? You feel like they should?
I think they should. I was going to mention the other day, was it Dave Stewart for Oakland is 34, right? The number 34? When he
Can't
pitched?
tell you.
Okay. Well, I bet you James will. But the reason why I bring that up is at Oakland Stadium, I know no one pays attention as it goes to 2-2. But retired number 34 is up there. Eckersley, and I think it's Stewart. Or another 34. They have 2 number 34s. So obviously, if Oakland, of all teams, can retire this same number twice, why not give it like grandfather the Trout in, make a press conference, have a nice presentation, a Guerrero weekend, retire his number, give him the Hall of Fame thing, have him attend, have him come on the Spanish broadcast. There's the third out, and have him come on the English one too. Have an interpreter, make him make the rounds. Pay for him to be here, have his son even come in, maybe, and that way you can acknowledge your greatest player of all time in your history, and then also make the statement that when Trout retires, his 27 will be up there too. And that present day kids that are getting into the Angels to acknowledge the past and realize, hey man, there was a better number 27 here at one point. There was a guy with a rocket arm. He was excited.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what this team needs to do. They need to present themselves better. They need to market themselves better. And that's a way to do it, by reliving and your past and presenting your past to future fans and current fans.
Well, that's one thing this team doesn't do well, is market itself, because within a day of signing Ohtani, Dodgers gear was filled throughout stores throughout the world and the nation itself of shirts and different Ohtani things. A bat flip when he played here in Angel Stadium against the Yankees, the Dodgers turned it in, put him in a Dodger jersey instead. We don't do well with marketing ourselves overall. And Guerrero-wise, I think the guy catches a lot. Guerrero was not very good. Choked, but yet everyone wants to talk about Mike Trout, the one playoff appearance that he had, that, he choked. It was one appearance. But yet, Vladimir Guerrero, he's so great. So I'm indifferent about it. I mean, overall, Guerrero is a great Angel. Yes, I do agree his number should be retired. Let's give Trout, hey, you're not a leader in the clubhouse. Was Guerrero?
Not really, no.
See, overall, these are little things that we over now appreciating Trout as much as we should, because we've taken for granted what we have. Granted, he has been injured a lot. He hasn't played a 4th of July. That is,
they have more errors than they have hits right now.
Give Anderson a first-class ticket home, pack his stuff, get his house together. You're getting traded.
Yeah. And it's not that we don't like you, but you can help us.
The value.
Yeah, right now, spritz a clock right now. yeah. But Dan said they got to try the game at Fenway in person. He wants to try that.
It's got to be versus a different team. You can't wear your Angel stuff there. Those are some ruthless fans.
Yeah, I'm not fans of them when they're nice throw.
Mario. Yeah, no, I know he's a Hall of Fame representative, and he chose that himself too. Don't get me wrong. I'm very, very happy that he did it. I think he's a great Angel himself. But overall, I'm just saying he catches an easy break on us for not being great in the playoffs, and he's in the lineup. Granted, Trout had Ohtani and all that, but we didn't have the playoff runs like we did in the 2000s.
That's true. I mean, like I said, there's an argument for both. And,
there is.
But my whole point, and make the future great by embracing the past. Have these players that should be retired, their numbers retired. I mean, I still don't understand why Tim Sam is Mr. Angel, number 15.
Yep.
Retire his goddamn number. Like don't let other players. I mean, no offense to Guillermo, for wearing 15, but he shouldn't be wearing 15.
Even Anderson's number, I have a hard time when they give away GA's number.
Yeah, of all people, Moniak's got it, so it doesn't make any sense. That's a nice hit.
That was a good hit.
That's the hardest hit so far, like the hardest hit ball. So
for the Cubs, right?
Yeah, they haven't been able to get a piece of Anderson at all, really.
No. But this is nice though. He can still sit back, relax. It's no big deal. It's 7-0. One runner on first base, ground ball away. It's over.
Jay's threatening me. He says, never call them Los Angeles. So let's see what
Dan
happens.
said he wore his Angels gear, no problem.
Ground ball fouled off to the right side.
I had a problem there as a kid wearing Angel stuff, and people. That's when the Angels were good, though. Now we're not even a threat, right? You walk in, not really a threat overall to anybody's team.
Yeah, because honestly, a lot of fans that come into other stadiums, especially Anaheim, not really the Dodgers because you're scared of their fan base. But most fans that come into visiting ballparks, they're expecting you to talk trash with a visiting jersey.
Yeah.
So there's some people that walk in like person.
Oh, yeah.
But Angel fans have been more passive over the last few years for, like you said, obvious reasons. Dansby Swanson having a stellar year, 204, 8 homers, and 27 RBI.
This one's for you here.
What do you say?
Todd, do you regret the Angels being a squid bobblehead day?
No, I don't. I can't stand that guy. I couldn't stand anything about him.
Great pitch there. Mixing up the speeds. I love this.
Look where that pitch is, 0-2. And he's at 56 pitches here in the fifth inning. Memo to Sandoval, Reed Detmers, early season Griffin Canning. Those guys dicked around in the strike zone too much.
Yeah.
And the innings, easy outs.
Well, if you watch there, he hangs that pitch, right? That pitch could easily be driven the other way. But his arm action's the exact same for every single pitch.
Not inside to where it's going to go off his feet or anything, but inside strike where he's forcing the hitter. It's just it's a perfect position.
Changing the eyesights of the hitter.
Correct.
Great 0-2 pitch on the outside. That's a spot you want to miss every time.
Yep.
Every time you get that result. That's a great.
Like he's getting the pitches right where they're supposed to be. He's pinpointing the location. And if you have a pitcher, I've only fit old cliche, I just tip my hat to him because he's just that damn good. And there was a couple like that where I thought I knew the strike zone. I thought I knew my strike zone. And I couldn't yell at the umpire because of where he was putting them. I knew those were strikes, but the movement was so hard and, like you said, off the arm.
Sometimes, you have to tip your cap to the other guy.
I don't like doing that because it seems like the Angels use that as an excuse every time. Go ahead, read that one.
I feel like Angel Stadium is rowdier than Dodger Stadium now. They priced out the riffraff. It's so expensive there. You know what? I haven't been to Dodger Stadium since I was in high school. That was a while ago.
Wow.
So, 07? That's the last time I've been to Dodger Stadium. So
2 years. I was supposed to go this year, but they wouldn't let the clown in after all. And I even asked.
Soft.
Yeah, very soft. I wanted to do interviews and make it like, hey, sign a petition like of get the LA out of Anaheim type deal, like make us Anaheim again. So that didn't exactly work out.
That's a great hat. Make the Angels Anaheim again.
Yeah, I would buy it. Of course, I'd make it and then feed myself. But yeah, look at the lineup here for today. Only one guy hasn't done anything. I think it was Moniak. So
Moniak has a hit.
Oh no! Well, then who's the number 8 guy? Was
Luis,
it Guillermo?
Yeah, Guillermo.
Okay,
Guillermo, sorry. But even though he hasn't done anything, he got on base, worked that count, worked the walk, and I mean, in baseball, you don't have to always get a hit to make things happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Working those counts, going deep into counts on the pitcher, make him throw more pitches, getting a walk, getting on base. Period. That helps us out overall. That's what we've been missing.
Yep. Still throws him out. Yeah.
Great arm. Granted, I don't know if Ward hustled that one out, but that was a great arm.
The problem is Ward's big ears slow him down. So
wind drag.
Oh, look at that. Smiley. Dang, he's been.
Is that his no-hitter? That was his no-hitter last year, right?
Yeah. He was done in by his own catcher.
How sweet would it have been against the Dodgers at all teams, too.
Yeah. So Smiley not a starter this year. She's pitching to the dong. 0 for 1.
These are the guys I wish the Angels would target. Guy who locates his pitches well, not overpowering stuff, but just gets you through the innings. Because like you said, everyone's ERA coming out of the Cubs, it's low. It's a 3 ERA. It's what you need to stay in games. Granted, they gave up 2 runs since or Brewer overall. When Brewer came out, they gave up 2 runs since. But that pitch against for Adele, That was a ball. He fished that one out. That's a good pitch.
Up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. We're in the 6th inning live for Mezzo. Now, we've done a couple of these from here, and this is what? I think our second win, maybe. Or possibly third. I think it's our third. Because we've had a couple stinkers, unfortunately, on the grand opening. Like the night before the grand opening, I kind of wanted the games to flip because that one was very exciting. It was a extra innings win. But the grand opening here, they kind of put 7-2 damper on things. But the event was great.
Was that when Grill Master was breathing on the mic?
Yeah, he was.
That was all.
He was eating with a microphone. Yeah. I love Grill Master, but
he's a good guy. He means well.
Yeah, he means well. But the times that he was talking about grilling, he's like, "Oh, I'm making myself a burrito." I'm like, "Really?" On the
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm not microwaving it." I'm like, "Then you're grilling it." What's going on there? Fouled off. You see the umpire? He was like in the way of the catcher. That reminds me of not the Major League, Naked Gun.
Yes. Yes.
He's holding the catcher, trying to frisk him.
Hey, Mario says Todd, stop staring at the dong. You know what? He was drooling earlier about it. That's why we didn't have the pregame show. It was a mess right here. So it delayed everything because he was drooling. I thought he was drooling over the Mezzo calzone because it's really that good here. But it was the dong in the lineup that just killed it. I was shocked. Great at bat there. Worked that count from 1-2. Gets a walk on that.
Yeah, they really need to promote that more, the patient hitting, because that was a good at bat right there, like you said. And when it comes to the dong, I think, I as we're talking about Munchie Mills now, you'd have to say that Erica Weston's eye is the way it is because of the dong.
One bite of my new Smash
Are you okay,
Jack
Rob?
is turning Jack in the Box haters into believers.
Anyway, let's see his approach here on this one. I like to see a little more aggressive, but not trying to swing for the fences here again. Stay within himself.
By the way, getting back to the eye, when the eye called in on the post game show the other day, Fernando shot me a message that said, "Yeah, that effectively ends any opportunity of having her on the show." I'm like, agreed.
I don't think they're allowed to be on the show anyways.
Yeah, I think so. There's a memo that came out.
If you want your job, you're going to stay away from halos in the infield.
Nobody that actually is under the RD payroll can participate.
The Wi-Fi is bad here.
Yeah, it keeps going in and out, huh? Blurry and broken.
Sounds like the Angels this year. Blurry and broken.
We might have.
Oh,
that was a late.
That was a borderline pitch, though.
That
was a borderline one. He's been calling that today. Hoppy knew it.
I think we might need to do. I might need to find out. Remind me after this to find out where the router's at. I might just do a direct line. I think that might work.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, told me to remind you earlier about the direct line for the router.
Rob
See
with
what
the
Moniak
jokes.
has here. See, this is the guy. First pitch, fastball. Sit there and sit fastball and look for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would love to see out of this guy still, too. Change his whole approach. Don't be a power hitter. You're not a power hitter. You have great speed. You're in the left-handed batter's box. You have an extra step out there. Go ahead and do that for us.
Instead, he rolls one over like that.
I know we give him a lot of flack. This kid has potential. He showed it last year what he can do. He's great defensively for us. Is he better than Pilar? No, I think Pilar has an upper hand still on him.
Now,
His arm's a little issue.
If he continues this, he's done. I'm done with him.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him here next year. But the thing is, look at how fast is Ron to pulling a guy like Pilar when there's a left-hander that'll come in for a right-hander or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
Does he make any chances, especially recently on Moniak?
No.
As far as when a lefty comes in, no, he sticks with him.
He's almost like pulling a basketball move, right? The guy's missing three, shoot it out. It's not the time. Hitting it out's not the time. Granted, I know he has no more options, but he needs some type of help, some type of minor league help here and there. I would hate to say fake an injury and do a rehab stint, but you need something. We need to figure out something here.
You definitely do. And here's the thing I want to bring up here too, as far as we'll go ahead and read that comment right there, or should I? Todd, prior to the dong at bat, was going to order a wings, but then he went for the sausage. Oh,
Time
this
for you
guy.
to check out
This
what
guy
I
and
want.
Marty.
I want balls and balls and
John Stamos.
So I gotta tell you this quick story real quick. When I was in Chicago and I was on the south side, we went to a Bulls game, right? And it was sort of like in, I want to say November, so it was kind of cold out.
Mhm.
But it's not like Chicago has changed, and it's been very violent for a long time.
Yeah.
And so I was in Chicago. I was with a friend, and we're like, hey, you know what? It's about 3 miles from, the stadium's 3 miles to downtown, where our hotel was close to the Trump Tower downtown, right? So like, oh, let's just walk it. And so we walked a very, very dangerous neighborhood at night, like past 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
All the way to back to the hotel. And everyone else that came on the work trip to watch the Bulls, or I think there was a night game too with the White Sox, they all got Ubered back.
Really?
We're the only ones that decided to walk. We're like, hey, let's be adventurous. This is fun. Let's check out the area. We passed by Stan, that hockey place. It was famous Black Cock. He has like a diner there. It was in the Wayne's World movie. We passed that. So I was thinking that's a good neighborhood.
Yeah.
And when we got back, everyone looked at us crazy. Even the bellhop that was right there when we met them all in the main room right there for drinks. They're like, wait a minute, you walked that area? I'm like, yeah. They're like, you're okay? There's no bullet holes. They're checking for bullet holes. And we're like, we didn't know. They're like, you could have got killed, moron. I'm like, okay, memo to self, never walk the south side.
Yeah. I've been in Chicago. I've never had an issue, especially downtown there. I've walked all over to Navy Pier and everything.
Well, the downtown area, for the most part, at least when I was going there, and it was just a couple years ago, it's not bad. They try to take care of that area. But
yeah,
you get outside of that downtown area.
Yeah, that pitch to low and away, that's a great pitch. So that ball had some movement on it. That dove on him.
This is the first count since the opening hitter that he's behind 2-0.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't keep up because that was a 20-pitch inning for him.
Yeah, and he's only at 63 pitches. So there could be a chance he could get a complete game if he continues his
freaking hitters, dude. Do you talk about no hitters too as well? Jesus, position players are kill. Why would you jinx your pitcher? God, he was a position player. Jeez. You know what, James and everybody, Fernando, how do you do this? How do you deal with this?
Look, I'm telling you.
You were the guy in the Seahawks threw that ball. Let's throw the ball. Don't hand it to Marshall. Let's throw a touchdown. That was you. You were that guy joking around and it fucking happened. Then it happened. No.
Look, that's a strike. Wow. Look, I'll tell you this. With that Seahawks play, it should have been a fade to the outside.
No,
Just say.
The best running back in the league at the time should have pounded it in as many times as it took to get a touchdown. Come on.
Well, I mean, if you're going to throw it, you throw a fade. You don't throw it over the middle.
You throw a fade deep in the end zone out of bounds.
There you go.
Stupid play.
Oh, way to come
bounce back. That's. I'm gonna hate to see this guy leave.
Oh, I am too.
I'm really gonna hate it because he came to his own last year. He struggled. I was super critical of him last year. I thought he left his pitches up. Didn't have the swing and miss type stuff. Didn't mix up speeds very well too. This year, polar opposite.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the fact too, I'm gonna hate Guillerme leaving because Guillerme. Have you seen a throw that's been bad over to first?
No.
On the run, stationary, the batter or the runner, and he's still throwing him right down the middle.
Yeah. You know what, Anderson, too, you see it right there. He throws that pitch. He knew he made a mistake before it even crossed the zone. He knows that he's doing something wrong. He's going to correct it because God knows our coach, Barry's not going to go out there and tell him anything.
That's true. Savage.
Yeah. You know what? Problem is we can't get anybody squared away here. We're really struggling getting any one of our younger guys squared away when they're struggling because we can't send them down. We're out of options in itself, too. And one thing I worry about too, Todd, now you tell me how you feel about this as we go here 1-1 pitch, is that we started these young guys, their clocks so early. Mm-hmm. So our time to go ahead and be good is not as long as we all think it is. It's not going to be the 6-year gap over time in itself. It's shrunk into this 5-year. Now we're on year 4. We have 4 years left of this. Next year's 3. So can we turn this around within that time?
Yeah, that's true. It's going to be tough. Another
Great
easy inning
job.
right there.
70 pitches. That's amazing.
70 through 7, bro. All right, look, real quick before I get back on that. How many times did we watch a game last year where dude had 70 pitches in the third inning?
Yeah. No, plenty. He's
So,
executing today.
I will say this, that their aggressiveness to get the pitches in the zone and to, limit the damage has worked out for the ERAs, has worked out for the pitchers going longer and giving quality starts. So back to what you were saying about the
for the Angels, their window
Oh,
of
the window.
opportunity.
Yes.
Normally we draft the guys like Neto and Shanwell and everything. You have a time frame of about 8 years during the draft until they're free agents. Now, since we brought them up so early, that time frame has been 5 years, which is now down to 4 because they qualified last year, which is now after this year down to 3. Because this year, I don't think you think we're making the playoffs. Do you? I don't.
No.
So now you have 3 years starting at the end of the year. So you either got to make a move now for it, or you got to start trading pieces away, and hopefully you can build something within that third year, like we talked about. We should have done with Ohtani and Trout, in hopes that they stay after that. But I also think we need a lot of organizational changes as well too.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be a balance, an understanding of what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, and if these players are going to work out. Because, like you said, you started those clocks early. You're taking a chance on these hitters, and we're learning together. They're having to learn on the fly. It sucks, but that's what we chose. And now, like you said, you limit how long you have to make these specific moves. The only thing is if we had previous experience with this team being able to do a rebuild, or we had trust that they can make the right moves and calls, we would be all for them rushing these guys. Now we're just like, was that a huge mistake, or how big of a mistake was it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a template out there on what to do and what not to do. Unfortunately, we're the template of what not to do, but all these other teams are what to do. The Baltimore Orioles. You know what? I'm even going to give kudos in the time frame to the Padres before trading for Soto, which was dumb, because look at what they gave away. They built that all. Think about what they had to do for that. Get rid of Matt Kemp. Cut ties with all these big name players too. Who's a big dude who's from Stanford? Can't think of his name right now.
I'm blanking on that one.
But he was a big time hitter. They got rid of him. They parted ways with PV as well too, which was a huge mistake I thought at the time, but it worked out for them because look what they got in return. They built this young core. They ended up blowing it up by one trade, but they did it.
By the way, I went to the Bulls game in 2018. That was one of the last.
Oh, getting a little love there. This umpire's tired. He wants to go.
Oh yeah. You could look at his arms, dude. He's sweating.
Yeah, all geared up. And back to saying that, I mean, this ball should be flying out of the park right now. It's great performance by Anderson today.
Yeah, you would think now's the time to tee off. That should have been a strike. Yeah.
For Anderson, we're talking about?
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. We'd get a map lesson from Minecraft today. Whatever.
I don't get it.
Well, geography. And from Minecraft, it's being all choppy, blocky.
Oh, I'm not a Minecraft type person. Sorry.
Well, because they're saying,
Oh, the feed's so bad.
Do I have a Ethernet on that side? On that side of it?
No, you do not.
I wonder if I could do Ethernet to USB. I could, right? Or no?
I'm the least technological savvy type person.
I'll have to look into that because I have an older laptop, which I do need a newer one, and a direct connect to this sucker I know would make a huge.
There you go. Now every single hitter has gone to hit today. So kudos to the Angels. Hopefully keep it up.
And let me just say this: the Angels are undefeated when everyone in their lineup at least can produce a walk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we've seen it a few times this season where the Angels have had, hitting from up and down the lineup, and they'll get an average to really good starting pitching performance, and they wind up blowing the other team out. So this is just another one of those games where, again, if they come out and score one run tomorrow, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Like again, feed off of the good.
Yeah.
Study what you did to get those runs. I know they had a couple errors that helped you out, But for the most part, the Angels earn these runs.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, that was a great take by Adele there. This is going to mess with the psyche of a hitter right here. Sweep her away out of the zone as a ball. Now you have to expand your zone. That's literally almost the same spot where that pitch ended up. So as a hitter overall, the psyche's gone on that and on what to do. Because what's a strike now where you want to place the ball? Your game plan, right? As a hitter, is your hitting plan off? Because as a pitcher, if I get that strike call zone, I'm going to keep attacking that. And then I might come back inside to trip you up a little bit.
True. And look at the pitches he's laying off. How many times we've seen him whiff at these?
Yeah. No, he's grown into his own. He does need a little bit more time. I do think he needs to settle in. By watching what Pilar did there with him, I think Pilar has a positive impact on this guy right here. So hopefully we don't trade away Adele and Pilar, because Pilar's the type of guy you need, and Adele can be that protege.
Got under it right there. Tough play for Suzuki. Makes the catch. Mario says we need to build with youth. How many times do you see a guy in his contract year play awesome? Then as soon as he gets signed, he gets hurt.
Yeah. You see it all the time.
Geek squad not needed. I think the geek squad is. James is already calling for them to get shut out tomorrow.
God dang it, James. What are you, position player too?
I think so.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Yeah. We helped out Steele there big time.
Yeah,
I agree, James. There was a comment before saying about the young guys being up and not. And sorry, Randy, I know you have to search for that one a little bit slower. I saw it, then I lost it. But it said who was responsible for these young guys being up early. There it's from Marty. Manager or front office. It's front office. The manager doesn't make that move.
nice hit again.
That's a great hit. Great approach to plate. Great approach right there.
Again, a ball middle in, and he drives to left. You know a guy is on fire when he's doing that.
Absolutely. But yeah, what do you think, Todd? I mean, I don't think it's the manager. I think it's the front office. You know what? I even think it's Artie. I'll go as far as that. He wants to compete and he wants to win, but he doesn't want to pay for anything to compete and win. He's trying to go backwards way about it, almost similar to what the Oakland A's did with Moneyball. But that whole thing is gone. It's proven not to work in the long run overall. Sustainability. Yeah, it does work for a short period of time. Tampa Bay does it still. Marlins will do it here and there. The A's will still do it, but then they blow up the team, and they're not afraid to trade those big players like a Matt Olson and get the return. How we were afraid to trade a Shohei Ohtani away to get a big return.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I mean, if you look at what they're doing right now with Shonawell and these guys, when they're drafted, I think the manager has little. Oh, there's
great
another nice
strike
hit.
right here.
Oh, and wait.
No, I'll take it. That's a great approach.
Oh, nice catch by Bellinger, though.
He made a nice recovery on that. He came in hard for
did.
that ball there, but nice recovery. But guy right there,
Yeah.
putting the ball in play like that, because that's what we need. We've too many times we're sitting there like statues and just watching the pitch go by us.
And Hero is a pure contact guy. Again, to me, I know you're paying Drury, but let him walk. He's giving you nothing. He's been hurt. When Renifo comes back, Sano, Pilar, this guy here, you got contact hitters, dude. Leave them in the lineup. Neto's a contact hitter. When these guys, the young kids, are feeding off the other guys in the lineup, they're making contact because the other guys are making contact. They're having better approaches because the other guys are having good approaches. Oh,
Yeah.
hoppies. So I think winning breeds winning. Also hitting breeds hitting. You got to keep the same lineup, and you got to keep it. I don't care if you're facing a lefty, a righty, or a guy that throws both.
Yeah.
Keep a consistent lineup. Keep the guys that are going to get you the best out of what they can do.
Mhm.
And I think that's a recipe for success. And getting back to the players and who makes those decisions as far as a manager is concerned, I don't think a Ron Washington would know what's in his minor league system, because he's not there particularly on the draft process. So I believe that's a general manager. That's an owner pressing the general manager to get, hey, we have to get better fast. Okay, if you're not going to spend money, how do we do it? Perry's like, one option, minor leaguers.
Yeah, your only option at this point, right? Because once
Correct.
spring training ends and there's no free agents there, that's the best option is to go there. With Hira, I would like to see him. I agree with what you said. Bring him in. However, I don't want to start his clock as well.
Correct.
Because we're not that far into the season yet where we can go ahead and bring him up and not have a year count against us. So that's my fear overall. It sucks to have to think like that, to be like a Pittsburgh Pirates type organization, but hey, it works for them right now. They have these young core.
That's where we're at right now. Tyler says, I love the broadcast today, guys. Really, really good. Really appreciate it.
Winning.
That.
I think
Yeah, Rob.
it's all me. It's not really Todd. Todd, I mean, he's just sitting here.
See, the only complaint I have about Rob is I've kind of taken like the approach of Patrick O'Neill. I might talk too much, and then you're the gooby because you're the pitcher. You just haven't bragged about your Hall of Fame status, and you also haven't said hey as much as I'd like you to.
Hey guys,
you got to get my attention by saying hey, and you got to talk exit velocity. Then you're right there, bro. You're a professional.
Rob's key to success today: throw strikes and score more runs than the other team. That's how you win baseball games. Yeah, no shit.
And you have to tie that to a song like Sublime, What I Got.
Yeah. That was a strike last inning.
It was.
So clearly likes the outside part of the zone.
You know what's pretty nice, Rob, is that we're complaining about a pitch like that when he's this far into a start.
Yeah, I mean, 2 strikeouts right there. Just go after the guy. That's a great cutter right there. Look at that. Look at that dive on that ball.
That's a beautiful
That's
pitch.
Moving just like his changeup. That's moving away from it. Changeup sinking down. I would call time too, looking not foolish, man. Regroup.
I know Bellinger's like, dude, I need something to get me down from this high. him and what's his name? Theis are so
That's
high.
why we didn't sign him.
I know that, dude.
Well, hey guys, what's so smoky in here? Well, Theis and Bellinger are hotboxing the clubhouse again.
There all this fire going on. Nope, that's just the boys. Easy out right there, getting him to roll over on a ground ball right there. Let's see, where is it? When does Rob think the Angels will draft or who they think he's going to draft in the first pick?
If he falls, Cannelloni from University of Florida, that's a guy.
All right, next one right there. Dude, Todd, don't you compare yourself to Lord and Savior Patio?
Dare you?
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think I know more than him. I'll give myself that credit there.
Great pitch. How's that not a strike? That's a great pitch on the zone. He ramped it up to 90 miles per hour there. Oh, Hoppy's not happy about that one. Check that out.
James says Gooby probably picked the Blues Brothers a song for today. That is hilarious.
Look at that. Hey, you're right about Guillermo. That's a great throw across the diamond right there, backhanded and everything.
Absolutely. I missed the one on Dimitro. What did Dimitro say? Or wait, what does that one say right there?
Todd says the Angels should.
Okay, listen.
Are you that weird guy in the urinal that's looking over?
No.
Everyone's making it sound like that.
No, I know. I'm not the guy that starts small talk during a urinal session. Hey, I tell you about that presidential race, huh? What do you think about that? 1 ball, no strikes. Good pitch, though.
Oh, Dimitri right here.
Oh, what did Dimitri say? I just gave birth to our first son. Put him in a onesie right away. He's ready. Oh, congratulations.
Attaboy, nice job. Get a win today. Start off on a winning note.
Yeah.
Your kid's going to think they're World Series now.
Yeah, he's going to be like, I love this team. They always win.
Did you say he just ridiculous? I know it's 2024 California, but come on.
It's his son.
No, you said he gave birth. He says his girl gave birth, clearly. God, man.
Q Valleys. It's look.
Todd's getting a little weird politically over here.
He's a male birthing person. What can I say?
We're going to lose subscribers. We got to stop that.
Dude, my girl hates when they say that. It's like, only a woman can. Like, yes, we just not the state of California.
It's just like the NFL. What's a catch?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but we won't start that.
So right now we nice pitch. We fouled off there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. What did he say in the comment? We'll save that for commercial.
Oh no, we gotta say something now. Todd doesn't make eye contact when he's peeing because he sits when he pees.
This guy, whatever. It's better than the Trops at Angel Stadium. Oh, nice right there.
Great play by Shannon right there.
He's still limping, but he's okay. He's playing through it.
You know, this is a time though where you like to see this guy come out of the game. It's 7-0. Your pitcher's dealing right there. Why risk more injury?
Yeah,
you can't really afford to lose anybody else right now.
Yeah, if that were Rendon, he would have took himself out. So, I mean, right now, the fact that Shawnee's playing, heart of a champion, you'd like to see him out there playing good. And he is. Got a couple more hits. But like you said, what's there to play for right now? You're up a touchdown. Just sit down.
Oh yeah, by the way, Demetrio, congratulations, man. Hope the mom and baby are well, man. It's a huge thing for your family. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, Demetrio said his first words are trade everyone.
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
Not wrong.
Absolutely. So we're going to be headed to the bottom of the 7th, stretch inning time over there at Wrigley. And last time we were here, it was pretty funny. I got to say, when we were here at Mezzo, and we're overlooking the stadium, and there was a, we're calling the game, and I'm here with Grillmaster, and Grillmaster is a college graduate. And I hate to throw him under for this, but we
Careful, we went to the same college.
We killed him on the on his what's it called, on his knowing of the things going on in media or just popular things. Anyway, he was like, "Hey, so we're ahead of them over there, looking at the stadium," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I go, "We're on a 5-second delay, and then the people behind us are on a delay, so we're like a good 10 seconds, delayed total." And he's like, "Yeah, first." I'm like, so I had to explain once they hit the home run. I'm like, "Hey, that's live.
Yeah,
we're not before them. That has to take place for us to take place for them to see it." Let's just say I needed a
Grill benefit of the doubt there. Maybe he's having trouble expressing himself there, and public speaking is not the best thing for him overall, but he'll get there. He's still young overall, but Warrior has PTSD right there. That ball was up, but not close to that face like that. I mean, come on, man, stay in there a little bit.
He's going to need one of those soft football helmets at some point. I think so.
Therapy.
Exactly. He needs us not to give up, but to swing away. Nice pitch.
That's a great pitch. That's outside the zone, but it crosses over, looked like at first.
Do you know, when I did pitch briefly, I could get my slider to do that?
Really?
I only had 2 pitches, a fastball and a slider. And the slider I could always hang on the left side of the strike zone. But when I missed, it was usually in the cookie zone.
Yeah. That's a tough part with the slider overall. You got to snap that arm pretty hard, pretty violently to get that slider across.
Yep. And the thing is, what you were talking about, having the same motion, that's a reason why I didn't pursue pitching. I could not throw multiple pitches, especially the slider, with the same arm action as the fastball.
That's a great pitch again. What is he looking at?
So I'll tell you this, I was easily diagnosed by other hitters.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fastball, changeup. I threw split finger and everything. I think it's all the same arm action overall. Just the grip changes the ball. It's when you get to the sliders and then the curve balls where you actually have to change your grip to throw it, where you start making adjustments because you're mentally in your head, but you got to just let go of it overall. And honestly, your grip overall helps it out. I wish I had a baseball. I could be really like, check this
Gooby
out, man, right here. Yeah.
You'll be Gooby or a cross between Gooby and Hudler. You know, he always had the ball. He's like moving around. Like, this is a changeup. Good swing right there.
But you see, I would love to have him in that outfield right there. Cruising. He's a great speed overall and everything. Of course, Benjamin gets left. It's just clear the day he's not doing anything. Maybe Dodgers had it right, but he's an asset overall. If you get him on the cheap, less pressure.
And I will say this too about Bellinger, and that whole Wrigley Field thing right now. I love those jerseys overall.
Yeah.
But in the sun, there's something magical about them. You can think about prior Cubs players, and that's awesome. That's again a reason why I would love and pay 4 times the amount of money to go see a Cubs day game.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's remember WGN days when they were on there only. Yep.
And I would watch. The only reason why I knew who Hawk Harrelson was, the Atlanta Braves, and the Cubs, is because they were on TBS or TNT, or WGN. And again, like with the Cubs, the thing that they do that most teams don't do anymore, including the Angels, is actually play the entire "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" song.
Yeah,
they make it a staple to sing the whole damn song.
Tradition.
In unison, and with a celebrity. Granted, sometimes it's been good, sometimes it's been
I like that. You have to have the polar opposites overall.
We do one verse and it's like,
all 20,000 who are there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then you just got to wait for Kip Moore to come on afterwards.
Don't hate on country music. That's my thing, man. Overall, so we were there for that concert, Kip Moore, and let me tell you, the Angels did an awful job of acoustics there at that point in time because it was loud. You couldn't hear anything, couldn't differentiate anything that he was saying overall on a 2 and for those of you who didn't know, it was LA Fleet Week. There was Navy personnel, Marine personnel everywhere at the game, and it was just for as big as it could have had it there. It was great overall, the atmosphere there to be there, but then the acoustics was just god awful.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I mean, it all depends. Like live is very hard for any kind of artist, but you have to have a you have to have good acoustics to back up any kind of performer.
Oh, without doubt.
And Rob, real quick, if I could break in, I love talking meaningless stuff like baseball announcers do when the game is out of hand.
Yeah,
but it's good to do it when they're winning.
it helps out.
It sure does.
But hey, even in this at bat right here with Calhoun, 2-2 count comes in.
Nice
drives the ball. He finds the gap. No, great play.
Just hanging up a little bit.
I'll take it there. Their approach there, they haven't given up like when they're down. Because when they're down, you see their approaches change and they give up. They don't care anymore. But here, you still see competitive at-bats. They're still putting the work in, still working the count. That's what you want to see. I think this is a Ron Washington type thing here going on, telling these guys, stay in the game. I don't care if you're up by 20 or down by 20. Stay in the game, have the same approach, and do something better overall. That's the culture change that we've needed for a while here. Madden didn't care. Nevin obviously didn't care as well, too. Osmus, I don't know if he even knew what was going on, but at the same time, but this is what we needed. This is the refresher course here overall. Still looking for their pitches, not giving up. Granted, O'Hoppe did try to hit the home run with second at bat or third at bat after, but let's see him right now settle in right here and still have a great at bat overall.
Yeah, honestly, he's trying to pull that ball. But honestly, if you look at it, their at bats, like you said, are really good right now. And it's the defense for the Cubs and the preparation, the scout
got worse.
Or what?
Sound got worse, it says.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay, let me see if I can get it fixed.
Oh, drives the ball. Get out.
No.
Oh, Cody misses it. Let's go.
Nice hustle.
Hustling it out. 7-0. This is why this guy's going to be an all-star. This is why this guy's going to be one of the highest paid catchers in baseball here pretty soon. And hopefully the Angels can do it. Look at that overall. That pumps me up now.
Yeah, Ethernet needed. Sorry. Hopefully it gets better. Tyler says up 7, still swing away.
Come on, Tyler. You got to have quality at-bats there overall, man. Taking the next game.
Well, that's not a ringing
I don't know if he heard footsteps
right there.
Look at that. Looks like he heard footsteps and slid to get out of the way.
He's all, bro, there's a dragon coming from left field. Hook slide.
That's just a great at-bat overall, though, by hopping the hustle and desire still there. This kid loves baseball.
Yeah.
Clearly, he just loves baseball.
My thing is right here. Look where that pitch is every time. My thing is here, you got to expect that. You got to go away with it. You got to not pull the ball, go to left field with it. And number 2, why the hell is he backing up Moniak?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, why is O'Hoppe? I mean, why is Moniak backing up?
Yeah, I got what you're saying. I got you. We're on the same page on this. Come on.
Sorry.
Come on, O'Neal. I got this. Gooby. But, hey, look how far away he is from the plate there. Can he cover that outside zone? I don't think he can.
Yeah.
He's so far off the plate right there. He needs to come up towards the pitcher and go towards third base a little bit, in my opinion.
Maybe if he starts swinging with a 52 size bat, he could probably get to it.
Tony Gwynn only swung a 32-ounce bat. I don't know why these guys are so keen on swinging those 34 ounces and plus.
I don't know. They think it's going to drive the ball longer, but it's all about eyesight, hand-eye coordination. And if you're able to put the barrel of the bat, dude, I'm telling you, one of my furthest home runs I've ever hit was because I just put the barrel of the bat on the ball.
Yeah.
Got under it.
Believe it or not, as a pitcher, I hit a home run once.
Really?
I did. I hit a walk-off grand slam, and I thought I can hit, and I thought wrong. Because after that, I was just over.
But at least you have that moment. You have that moment in history.
I did. They needed me to pitch still, and they couldn't take me out of the game because I came in for the DH, and it would have messed up everything overall pitching-wise. So they left me in there, and bases loaded thing. They go just put the ball up in the air somehow. I was like, I could do that, and end up in a walk-off grand slam.
Wow, not bad.
Wow, winning.
That's how great I am. I belong in the Hall of Fame.
Well, it's like Gooba's always says. I mean, you can attest for it. I mean, you are Gooby 2.0 right now. So you could, just call me Wayne because I have the beard, and I could be promoting like all the, all the promotions coming up. Because right now, if you've noticed, when the Angels are winning, it's all about promotions about the upcoming homestand.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Fireworks shows every Saturday. Did we tell you about that?
Did you know that there's a retro weekend coming?
Did not know about that.
Yeah, you can get yourself a bobblehead, everything.
You know how bad this organization is right now? We're so desperate. The $25 tickets, have you seen those? $25, $20 in food and beverage credits, no alcohol and all stuff. How bad is it that you're selling $5 tickets? I get this, the precedent of it all, that you're hoping, hey, these guys are spending more than $20 on food because, hey, helmet nachos cost $20 overall, right? But how sad is that as an organization? We've fallen that far because our heyday wasn't that long ago.
Well, not only that, you got to trust that people are going to use that credit to buy a Hoffy hot dog or an OG slice of pizza and be like, you know what? That Hoffy hot dog and that OG's pizza was so good, I'm going to get me another one out of pocket. Nope.
Always worth.
I'll take a calzone.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, I don't know why anybody would buy food inside the stadium. There's Mezzo's right here. It's a short walk. Honestly, parking too, what we didn't talk about, you hop out of here, you get the 57 right there.
Oh, yeah. You're not waiting in these lines because the Nazis that are in the, directing the traffic over there, they hold you in. Like I've been to fireworks nights, bro, and you're sitting there for 30 to 40 minutes not moving. With all the exits, I can understand Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
With all the exits you have at this place, and you're still waiting that long.
Yeah.
No Ducks game.
No.
And you're still waiting that long to get out. It's embarrassing.
No, it is. Let's see here.
So you got Anderson starting the bottom of the 8th inning here on 86 pitches.
Unheard of. This is absolutely unheard of for Angels team.
Hey, not bad right here. He's going to be pitching at the next homestand.
Ball 2.
You know what, too? He's been calling his own pitches, right, the whole game.
I think so. And you know what? I'm digging those high socks. That's as high as my socks were when I played.
Were they?
Outfield. Oh, yeah.
Great pitch. That's a great pitch.
I never wore the pants at the ankles. I always wore the high socks.
What years were you, if you don't mind me asking? Not trying to call you old or anything. Wasn't inferring that.
I played for Lynchburg in 99, 2000.
I was 9.
Asshole.
Your CPR says, any chance we can trade Rendon this next 2 years? No. Nope.
Ain't nobody going to take him.
Without retaining most of the salary now. If you trade Rendon, a team wants him, or for some odd reason takes him a part of another deal, like say a Mike Trout, you're going to end up paying $20 to $30 million of that $40 million contract.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. 20
would be a huge win for us. Huge win overall. But I highly doubt that ever happens.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. So right now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. They're doing a flashback right here, talking about the Babe Ruth home run.
Because it's Angels history.
They're trying to do they won't show you Angel history.
There's not much, right?
Yeah.
We won the World Series in 02.
Oh, I did not know that.
See, 3-2 count with the pitch, 91st pitch. Great pitch, strike 3. Yes. Nice job.
Pitch.
That was great right there. Competitive still in the end. What do you think? Do you let him go all 9?
I believe so. I mean, he's basically auditioning right now. This could be like, hey, this is what you can get for a playoff pitcher. So far, his line is 7 1/3, 2 hits allowed, no runs, no walks. That might have been his first. Yeah. 9th strikeout. 61 of his 91 pitches have been for strikes.
Yeah, he's been calling that all day right there. It's not a bad spot to miss at.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hey, this performance is great. I mean, hopefully, if it does last as an Angel, thank you. I hope it is because the value is all-time high right now.
It sure is.
The only thing I would like to see him fine-tune a little bit so we can show it off, not missing up with those breaking pitches because you're going to face a good hitting team who's going to take advantage of that. Just like how you had last start, right? Struggle a little bit. You leave those breaking balls up. You hang them, we bang them, right? That's the old school adage.
Yeah, but if you're locating them like that,
yeah,
tough shit.
No, it is. It is.
Oh, man. So good pitching here. And look at Oakland beating Baltimore. They should be like sending us a gift card. Swear to God. You remember how what was it? What team got off the schneid against St. Louis?
Yes.
St. Louis is above 500. They're in a race with Milwaukee. They were nothing. They play the Angels. That's what sparked them.
Last year, the Reds too. We gave them a little bit of life where they thought they had a chance to make a run at it. They come here to Anaheim, they sweep us, get in and out on their way, and we gave them a little bit of life overall. They ended up not doing anything, but they're in the right direction.
Correct. And now that's 10 strikeouts.
Great pitch right there. his control, his movement on these pitches and switching them up here and there. Granted, 80 to 83 to 88, not that big of a difference overall, but it's effective when you pitch it and place your ball well like that.
The thing I like about this team too, well, there's a hit right there.
That's all right.
But the thing I like about his starts this year, this is about, I would have to say, his 5th or 6th truly dominating start.
It is.
And he's had 2 or 3 in losses.
Yeah.
Where he's been dominate. It's just that he couldn't get any run support. So imagine being this guy and you have a ton of run support actually.
I don't like this move right here next.
Yeah, this isn't a good move.
I don't like it. Joyce is a competitive guy. He should be one of our guys we go to all the time, not a guy in a mop-up role here. This is where you get a guy with some work.
This is where I do have a complaint with Ron Washington. His use of the bullpen. Ground the ball, easy out. There you go. Look at that perfect throw to first base.
Great performance today by Anderson. It looks like it's his last one right there. 8 innings pitched, 3 hits overall. You can't ask anything more from this guy.
Now, granted, if Suarez was still on the team right now, this is where I bring him out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. This is a mop-up role type here. Not mop-up role, but where you have room for error. You can go ahead and make a couple mistakes and still get out of this jam here overall.
Yep. Also, Tyler says Twins got going after us too. Yeah, that's right. The Twins went on a major run.
They did. I forgot about that. After we beat them at our homestand too, earlier in the year.
Yes.
And that's where the tide turned for us, right? Overall, where we said, hey, we're going to have to release these players. The playoff run's over.
Oh, yeah.
Time to pack it in.
Time to pack up shop and go away.
Ohtani's no longer going to hit all season long. He's going to act like he's going to hit, clean out his locker, and go for surgery.
Oh, man, what a frustrating year last year was. And again, like, you had one star out there healthy, then the other star would go down and stuff like that. So
it was a playbook of what not to do, though.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely what not to do in that situation. And I don't know. I would love to know who the prospects were for Tampa Bay and also Baltimore for these trades that we had done. And even I wonder if the Blue Jays were in on it too, because they were making a push for Ohtani hard.
That's true.
They had to be making a push for the trade.
True.
But yeah, I mean, Anderson today, can't ask for anything more.
That's true as well. I mean, Anderson has been pitching his butt off, and again, like a nice, solid season. He deserves to go to a winner.
Standing O at Angel State, if it's at Angel Stadium. CPR, you're right, it would be, but all 30 people there wouldn't be allowed enough to get on TV, which is unfortunate because this guy deserves the praise.
Yeah, absolutely. He has been that dominant right there. Angels honks be like, they not like us. They not like us. Like fool, we like us. Look, this team, jeez. I mean, again, I wasn't honking my honk the other day when we won 6 in a row, but I was feeling the fact that we can get back into it and possibly make things just interesting a little bit, It
was a step in the right direction because it honestly came down to if you can turn this around and have another great month in July in itself after 6 in a row, you may not trade these guys like a Tyler Anderson or Luis Rengifo who have 2 years left in the contract, right? It's a business decision at that point in time. You can go ahead and make a push next year, start thinking for the future. But then you come out, get swept by the Oakland A's, struggle the first game against the Cubs. It's hard. This is where it's a hard part to be a GM, I think, in my opinion. Because now, do you buy? Do you sell? What do? You don't buy, sorry, obviously. Do you not sell? Do you hold on to what you have? Or do you go for the prospects? We would like to go for the prospects, but we got to see the business side of this too. Because if they can make a run and a push next year by keeping what they have here and trying to go for some people in the offseason, I understand that, and I would appreciate that overall, but they don't have a clear direction. They don't know what they're doing, so we as fans don't know what they're doing either. Because what's the old motto, like in the military? What's the American strategy plan? We don't know. Mm-hmm. And that's what the Angels seem like. They try to adapt. They don't even adapt situation, right? Because military, they say they adapt situation, what's going on. There's no playbook for the Angels. They don't adapt situations overall. I think Perry's gone at the end of this year. I think Artie's a little too much overbearing for him, but we don't have anything. There's no outline what to do. We can't even get our spring training center up fast enough.
Yeah, I think he spent more on the spring training, right? Or did he spend more on Stevenson? Because I think 25 went to spring training.
Yeah, but it's not done yet. It's not going to be done for another 2-3 years. So it's like, it's not done overnight. Think about it. You think they're going to go be right there in Tempe Diablo Stadium in 110-degree heat working on stuff right now? Hell no.
That was a nice swing, though.
That's a great swing. That's a great play in the hole. Dansby Swanson's Gold Glover, man.
Hasn't translated with a bat over there, though.
He has not. And that's where coaching does come into play, I think, overall. So you have yourself a good hitting coach, a good core, not a lot of protection around, and you know your role on the team. Here, his role, he took on a little bit more. You need to be more. We need more RBIs from you. We need you on base more. Help us out more. You're the guy. He doesn't transition well into being the guy. I don't think, at least.
Yeah, it's true. And plus, like you said, Atlanta has an organization. They have a way of doing things. Everyone seems to fall into place right there. That's why ever since I followed baseball, for the most part, Atlanta's only had a couple down years. They've been a solid franchise.
Mm-hmm. They know what to do. They know when to close up shop and move on to the next best thing.
Correct. They know when to take chances on players, and they know when to make trades. It's like they have a good, head on their shoulders.
Or horseshoe up their ass. I mean, one or the other. Can we say that on this?
You can say that on there, yeah. See, it's actually real sad seeing Pilar just sitting on the bench and still talking to the guys, giving advice. What a joke we are. Rob makes sense. Angels make dollars. That's why everything stays the same.
Mm-hmm. It was one mistake, Mario. You know how nerve-wracking it was to be on live overall without Todd or anybody other guys there?
You did good, man. You did good.
So they say.
CPR says, my mindset on this team is I root for these players, the core, but man, ownership has crippled this team overall success. I don't expect contention until Artie is gone.
Pilar, talk about his goat farm. Artie.
Yeah, he's like, I need more goats.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe he has Trout locked up somewhere.
He could.
It would make sense.
Maybe that's one of his goats.
Used to be. He used to be.
Oh, shots fired. I didn't say
I love Trout, man. Don't get me wrong. I think Trout's still one of the better players in baseball overall.
Email Rob at Heedy Baseball Network.
The hate mail.
Yes.
I mean, you know what? I coming in next to you, watching it with Joyce coming in. I'd like to see Fulmer come back in. He pitched yesterday, 1 inning, 9 pitches. Mm-hmm. That's nothing.
No,
it's a bullpen session.
But he pitched yesterday.
9 pitches. Great take right there.
I know you got some guys who could put in some innings and that can be used every day. And I hate, like you said earlier, I hate the fact that the Angels have gotten away from that because this is a team. This is still baseball. I don't think they've changed much. You can pitch guys back to back.
You should.
Yeah. It also keeps them fresh. I mean, look at what Estevez said last year. Didn't get the opportunities. Wasn't able. His whole psyche was off. And they were using him. Nevin was like, oh, well, it's 7-0, the other team. Let's use Estevez. Why?
Yeah.
And then they would bring him in when they're down 4-3. It's like, that's not a closer's mentality.
No.
So that's on the team to get the closer in that position. Even if you're up like 4-1 or 4-0, and it's technically not a save situation, bring him in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Close it out.
Absolutely. I just don't think you should bring in a guy who's a setup man right now.
Yeah,
it's situation. Stupid. I don't see it. I know he's your future closer and everything, but still, the mindset is there in the 9th inning. But at the same time, when you're a pitcher, you're walking into a 7-0 lead. The mindset's really not there. It's not like, hey, let's the FU attitude and shut him down, get out of here.
Yeah, at that point, he's going to get lit up.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We saw it the other day when the Oakland closer came in there to try to close it out. And the Angels, they were up more runs in a save situation. He started getting tagged a little bit.
Yeah, it's just different mindset overall, right? Just like what's his name coming in, Brewer coming in the 3rd inning. It's a hard mindset to get into, especially when your guy's not getting shelled out there completely. It was 2-0 game at the time, 3-0 game, and everything. You still think he has a couple more innings left in him. Let's see if he works out of it. But something happened, obviously. Got hurt. I don't know exactly what happened, but in itself, it's hard to get in a mindset there.
We've been checking with Erica Weston's eye, but apparently the eye's asleep right now. So the good eye doesn't report with us.
See that swing there? Let me try to crush this pitch here. Put the ball in play, 2-2 count, protect. Change you're one of the fastest guys on the team, if not the fastest guy on the team. Put the ball on the ground and run it out, or try to put it in the gap somewhere. Don't try to hit a home run. I get it. You have pop in the bat, but that's what I like to see out of this guy here. That's what hurts his batting average, in my opinion.
And if you're batting 260 right there, 250 again, respectable. I'm good with those at bats where he strikes out because you're trying to pad your stats in a blowout. I'm fine. Well, again, like you said, stay within yourself. Try to get a hit right there because you are batting 189.
You got to find your way. You got to find your role and how you're going to work with this team and be successful.
Exactly. Perry tried during this tenure, but the man got overruled. That's talking as far as
I agree. I think he did a lot, honestly. I really do, because there's no way in heck that he goes from assistant GM to the Braves, making all the right moves, coming here, having some good signs, and then all of a sudden trying to trade guys away. And he always says the same thing. I don't talk about trades.
Mm-hmm.
He's very respectable in that way.
By the way, quick update to Jesus out there asking if we're going to be doing live during the draft. Yes, we are. We are going to be doing a draft show. And actually, of all things, I don't know if you talked to Fernando, but he's actually going to be at the draft.
Is he?
He's going to be reporting from the draft in Texas.
That is awesome.
And he's going to give us live the reaction from the number 8 pick.
Wow.
So he will be on live with us. We will be doing a draft show. And then also we'll be doing a trade special show on the trade deadline. So you're more than welcome to jump in whenever you can. Sort of like we did last year,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. It's hard to get, I mean, you know how it is. It's hard to juggle schedules. I don't know how you guys do it so often. But do you guys think Chase Burns will be a good pick for the Angels?
It's hard to say because it's what they could be something in college and then a whole nother thing in this organization.
You know what? The Tennessee pitchers, Chase Burns from University of Tennessee, obviously same thing as Ben Joyce and his brother. They're flamethrowers. And I do like it. I mean, but 100 miles per hour nowadays, it seems like everybody has a guy like that now, right? It's not a rarity to see a guy throw 100. I would like to see us get a hitter at this point in time. We need another bat because we have these guys coming up. Granted, yes, I know we need arms. I think Jack Cataloni can do both, be a two-way player in itself. That would be great overall for us. But right now I'm looking for more of power hitters because by the time these guys come up or should be up in the league, you're going to see Trout phased out. Rendon will be gone by then too. Who knows where Hoppy's going to be and Neto and all these guys too. They might be that new young core coming in.
That's true. It's going to be a changing of the guard. I think some fans are scared about that. Some fans are willing to say, hey, you know what? It's time. And we'll just have to see where this one goes. But, yeah, I mean, I would love a good draft for once, as long as we're not drafting 20 pitchers this year.
Yeah.
Off the end of the bat, that's going to be a single. That's a lackadaisical right there.
I'd like to see a little bit of layout there. Who cares about the – I mean, it's not your shutout anymore, so don't worry about holding on to Anderson's shutout in itself too, right? Layout.
He could have caught that, bro.
He could have. I thought so too.
I would have made a dive on that.
Marty says, before we end the game, just want to let you know today was a good listen. Thanks, Rob and Todd.
Appreciate it, Marty.
Oh, thank you guys for being on too. You got 100 people on here right now.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, dude. And thank you also out there for Randy.
Yes.
Being behind the scenes. You're going to – yeah, I think you have to listen to Dan and Randy. You got to cue up the Stukas for us. And hit the volume on the right above the comments because that'll kick it up because I don't think they could hear it too good when he plays sound bites. I forgot to tell you that. Like it always for whatever StreamYard's like, oh, well, you don't want your sound bites loud, and they leave it at 50%. If you don't catch it, it won't come through. But
can I scroll up? I think we missed a couple.
Yeah, you can scroll up there.
Producer Randy. I don't know how you do this virtually. I think it's crazy you guys are able to do that.
Yeah, it's a lot to do when the game's on.
Technology-wise. That's crazy. I don't know how you guys – oh, did I mess it up? I messed it up. Shoot, I don't know what I'm doing. I have an Apple.
There you go. He's learning.
Oh, here we go. Those were the ones we missed.
Oh, okay.
Mario, you can't help it. Dang, you're like Todd over here talking about no hitters and crap with the guy still on the mound pitching.
By the way, so did I or did I not jinx the complete game?
You did. You did.
That could have got us, could have went on his resume and they could have been like, hey, he pitched a complete game for the Angels. That's a miracle.
This guy over here said his dog died yesterday. You want to talk about that too?
Hey, I'll do the keys to the game of why the dog died.
Dan, how old is Rob anyway? How old do I look? So I'll tell you a funny story, actually. We're here at the Angel game. Pop up, get there. We'd like to see it.
Nope.
We'd like to see Adele there. Take charge right there over here. Hira's playing all out, going for that ball, but Adele's coming in a lot easier. Play from. You can see it. See the wall especially too, but take control, right? You've been in the major leagues for 2 years now. Have that presence about you.
I wonder if Adele was like, I'm going to run into you. And he's like, ah! He dropped the ball. because that's what he usually does.
I think Joe Adele can be great, though. You know what I mean? He just needs a little bit more time, a little bit more work. You said it a lot that we screwed him a lot and everything, but great
Strike
pitch, 103.
three.
Nice
Wow.
job.
Again, about him too, that fastball is not as flat as it was last
Nope.
year. It's got movement, and he's placing it a lot better.
Well, that sinker helps out too. Same arm motion and everything. Ball slows down to 95?
Mm-hmm.
And everything. Still great.
His slider goes to 87.
That's insane, yeah. And he's more accurate with the slider this year. That pitch right there, his sinker. 90 mile per hour sinker. It's only going to enhance your 103 mile per hour fastball. It's absolutely great pitch to have, great repertoire. I thought he should have been up earlier than he was, but granted, it looked like he was doing the right things down in the minor leagues and working on stuff what he needed today.
And see, hopefully the arm issue stuff is because
Nice
you can't be an Angels pitcher with an arm issue.
No.
So hopefully that's out of the way, and this guy can be auditioning for the closer.
Napoli? It's Mike Napoli.
Is it? Oh, yeah, first, yeah. Napoli hates us, by the way, and we screwed him over.
We did.
I don't blame him.
103. So that pitch before, I just want to say it was low and away. But now as a hitter, he throws 103. You know that in the back of your mind. That sinker being so good, that's why you're going to get those swing and misses down and low in the dirt. Because if that is a fastball, you're going to be behind at 103 miles per hour if you're not swinging at it in the 95, 98 mile per hour range. You got to start the swing earlier. That's going to be a huge asset to us overall and to Ben Joyce in being successful in baseball in itself and having a long career as a closer.
Absolutely. He could definitely be a closer and fit in.
Sorry, I
with
messed
team.
this up. I don't know how to.
Very good. I'll get them. The 100 likes. I wish.
Oh, that'd be great.
Nice
great pitch. That's
Yeah.
a great. That's where you want to miss in the zone.
Yeah.
But was it Dan? I am 34. I'm 34. So I'll tell you this funny story after this one. After he strikes out to close this game out.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Joyce down and away. It gets away. The runner goes to second.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
He wants to strike out right there. You can see it.
Yeah. You want
You
to
can
end
see it.
this. You want to do the fist pump or whatever
Yeah.
celebration.
When you save the ball, put it on right on a little bit here and there. But anyway, I was here at Angel Stadium, and you know the ID for beer.
Mm-hmm.
They asked me when I graduated high school. I paused. I forgot. They asked me how old I was. I was like, hold on a second. They weren't going to serve me the beer because I thought I was lying about my age.
I usually would pick up my kid and I'd be like, I'm this many. Strike
Great
three.
pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Way to close
pitch.
it out there.
All right. Nice job. So me and Rob are 1-0 calling games. Not bad.
Now I like to announce my retirement from broadcasting.
We did not have the cleanest look at that, Randy. So if you want to jump in real quick and give us your thoughts. Or do we have to add him? He could jump in.
No, he's still muted.
Is he talking?
No, yeah, he has a mute thing above him.
Yeah.
He is talking.
You got to unmute, homie, unless we add you to the stage. Hold on. Maybe that's. See, it's not even clicking good. That's how slow it is. Well, light that baby up. The Angels get the W. That was a perfect location, Jay, for that pitch. Randy, we're having trouble getting you in on it over here. I was trying to get his thoughts on the game, but let's just go over it right now until he can get in, because I would like to get his thoughts on the game too, because he is producer to the Stars for a reason. But I think
back muted again.
Yeah, I think he's trying to find the right screen.
You know what the thing just said to you? Fresno.
This guy.
What happened?
I don't know. That was a stretch.
That was a stretch on that one.
And there's our runs for the week right there. That's what Jack.
Those runs too, just by putting the ball in play. It wasn't not too many hard hit balls outside of Adele's home run there, and Hoppy's had nice little rips here and there. But we'll take it, right? A win's a win, and put the ball in play, let good things happen.
Yeah, and the Angels scored 1 run in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and then they went quiet. But 7 runs, 12 hits against 0 runs and 4 hits and 2 errors for the Cubs. Everyone getting a hit in the Angels lineup. Shonawell had 2, Hiria had 2, Ward had 1, Calhoun had 1, 2 for Hoppy, even 1 for Moniak, 1 for Neto, 1 for Guillerme, and 1 for Joe Adell. So 12 hits. They went 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Still left with 11 guys on base. Pitching was the factor today. 8 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 10 strikeouts, and the big factor, no walks.
Mm-hmm.
So excellent game for the Angels. You don't see anything in the scoring for the Cubs, so that's always a good thing. Ohapi got hit by a pitch in that first inning. Yep, winning as well. Hira singled to right to score a run in the second inning. You had Ohapi who singled to right to get a third run. Neto singled to get a 4th run in that third inning, and then Ohapi scored on a throwing error to make it 5-0. And then Ohapi would ground into a double play to make it 6-0, and then Adele with a homer in the 5th. And that's it. That's all they needed.
These nuts.
And the Angels get a very good victory.
Got him.
Yeah, we are on the Valley's Wi-Fi for sure.
Yeah, we're out in the van right now.
Yeah, it's terrible. But either way, the Angels got the W here tonight and today, 7-0 live from Wrigley. A good watch, right?
It was a great watch party here.
Yeah, it was not bad at all. And we were able to get a W in our first appearance with a Gooby 2.0 right here. we got to know who did you pitch for and how long?
Nobody and not long. I'll tell you what, the guy who ended my career, which I knew was over. I don't know if you know Garrett Cooper.
Yes.
So we're pitching on him. It was JC Ball Summer League, and I'm pitching against him. I had this guy, had him 1-2, thought I could blow a fastball by him. Blew it by him one time. He set me up, man. He made it look bad, and everything. I couldn't hit a fastball up, and then he hit a ball I've never seen hit so far in my life. And it was just it had to be at least 430 down left field line. And where we played, it was the same dimensions as Yankee Stadium, so it was a short left field. Not very far. He got a hold of it. It was bases loaded. They brought me in. Starting pitcher couldn't get it done, so they brought me in to close it out, and I thought I had him. And he made me pay. And that's when I kind of realization happened. Started was like, hey, maybe you don't have it anymore. And these guys, you can throw. I wasn't throwing hard, right? I was mainly location guy type like Anderson, but these guys made it easy.
Well, I mean, everyone gets humbled, and that's what's about baseball. But you do remember the times where you give up the home runs. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And real quick, R. Martinez says, does it mean the season started today?
You know what? It means we're making a playoff push now. Let's go ahead and we're selling Caden Dana. We're selling Hura. Everyone that's on the first year of their rookie contract, they're gone. We got to go ahead and do it. Let's sell. Let's get everything we can.
Absolutely. And sorry, we might be off right there. Randy's trying to play the sound bites, but I think we're on that Grill Master delay. So, even he's fighting the delay. And so we apologize. I'm going to get that direct line. That way it'll be a crisper performance next time. But hey, because the meter is jumping up and down on this Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it is right now. You know what, though, too? It's a hot day out here. A lot of people out here. So
it's hot as balls, dude. Real quick, give us your thoughts on the game overall and your keys to the game. Did they follow those keys to the game? Well, I look up the box score and other stuff.
You know what? They followed the keys of the game. They scored more runs than the other team. They got more hits, and that's the key to winning. No, overall, I mean, this is a great performance by the Angels. Anderson sets a tone by shutting these guys down. Rough first inning, gathers himself, and takes a lot of pressure off the team overall. And then the Angels, the hitters today, working that count against Hendricks in itself to finding the weak point. He will make mistakes, as we've seen. Obviously, he's 1-7 this year overall, over a 6 ERA. I do think he's underperforming overall. But then Brewer came in. Angels were still picky about it, waited till he made the mistake, and they attacked right away. They were aggressive on the base pass, sometimes too aggressive with Hura and everything. But at the same time, this is what we need. If you want to be successful or somewhat close to winning ball games and staying in the game, you need this day in and day out. These were quality at-bats today. Here and there, you had one guy or two guys going for the fence, and here we saw it, right? But other than that, these guys worked the counts well. They did what they had to do, taking the ball the opposite way. You take what's given to you in itself. And that should be the Ron Washington way. It has been in Texas when he was there. It wasn't in Atlanta when he's helping coaching. They take what's given to them. They don't try to out-hit you. Granted, they do lead the league in home runs year in and year out, right, Atlanta? But So did the Angels at one point in time, right?
Mhm.
We were always up there in home runs, but it didn't translate to wins. Why? Because we didn't play to the situation in itself. And today you did that. So today's a great game. Overall, the only miscue I would have is putting Joyce in there. He pitched great at the end. 2 strikeouts when innings pitched, but I think you wasted him there. Wasted a couple pitches overall, but I would like to see him come in a closer game.
I agree. I agree with everything you said right there. Good takes on the game. We're not going to do a long post game, obviously, because of setup, and I still need to fix things. I'd like to have a better internet. But what we will do, if we can ask you, Randy, if you could play the Stamos real quick, we'll give out the awards, and we'll try to come across the awards, all 3 of them. We'll do the Stamos, the Nachos, and then the Dong. So we'll see what happens here. I know he's on a little bit of delay. Play that intro, then we know we're on. The John Stamos Award for Best Player on the Field today. I mean, do we even have to discuss this one?
No. Mickey Moniak. 100%. You got a hit. You got a hit today.
He's in the running. He's an honorable mention. God.
No, yeah, it's clearly Tyler Anderson today.
Yeah, Tyler Anderson. I mean, look, just placement alone, he was dominant.
Yeah, absolutely. And he stayed competitive, called his own pitches, called a great game. Scouting report was spot on for him. Clearly likes pitching on the road, if you can see that stat there. But, yeah, I mean, we could be seeing this as Tyler Anderson's last start. We don't know.
It could be.
With the Angels.
It's definitely one of his last starts. It should be anyway, if this team wants to get good. So with that being said, let's see who gets the nachos.
I love the nachos, gas station nachos. I love those nachos, yeah. Gas station nachos, ow.
You know what? There's only one guy. I think Rob brought it up right now to get your Nacho Night Award tonight. And who is that?
Cody Bellinger, 3 strikeouts, sliding and missing that ball in the outfield instead of running it out and catching it too.
Yeah, that's so 0 for 3. He's got the hat trick, and he misses the ball, and he looks super high doing it. Yeah, exactly. Bad night for him tonight. Grillmaster's nominating Moniak just because. Real quick before we get to the Dong Award, curious to see Keston Moore surprise the Brewers and Tigers gave up on him. Are you surprised by that?
You got to look organizationally what they have. The Brewers have a lot. He may not have fit what they were trying to go with at the time and everything. And sometimes these organizations are actual organizations. They have a plan and they move on from players and everything. They don't hold on in hopes that one day they'll adapt like we did to Suarez and all these other guys in the past and everything. So, I mean, you can't fault these teams for moving on in itself because they have a plan and their plan didn't fit. He didn't fit into that plan. So they cut ties instead of stringing him along in the minor league system. So it's respectable, but I mean, he's playing great for us, but that may not always translate for him overall.
That's true. I mean, I equate it to the same thing. Like, it's a bad, because I'm not talking about the actual person, but as far as baseball is concerned, another team's trash could be another team's treasure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, it could be like that with Moniak. Moniak could go somewhere and completely flourish.
Mm-hmm.
Keston could flourish here. It just depends on the organization, how they use him. And if he adapts, like you said, he fits what they need. And what we need is anybody with a beating heart and can breathe out their lungs, we could use them.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the Dong Award. Who was the stiffest competition in the box? Hardest.
Stiffest competition on the field. Halos in the infield. Who's gonna be revealed?
Hoffy Hot Dog was hurt in the filming of that the girl getting hit with the hot dogs. So just want to put that out there for those that are animal activists that are worried about the hot dogs. No hot dog was harmed. So who is the stiffest competition? Do we give that to the same person?
Yeah.
So Erica Weston's eyes in the running. So is the Big Dong, but we're going to give it to Tyler Anderson, right?
Yes.
Rob can't even talk right now. The hot dogs got him right there.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, it's it's got to go to Anderson again.
We're actually thinking about doing a watch party here on the 27th of this month for the I think the Mets, and then we got one for the A's coming up too, or vice versa. So we got
One of the
those
8 times we play them.
Yeah, so we're gonna have an opportunity there on, a couple games from each other, because I think they want us here for the Mets game and for the A's game. So we'll be here for that. We'll be catching traffic on the homestand here, so that'll be good. That'd be good. Any final thoughts on this game, bro?
Yeah, Grill, thanks for not putting those comments in earlier. Come on, man. No, I mean, this is if you want to be a playoff team, you're gonna see a lot more games like this, right? This is what you need to do.
Mhm.
I mean, this is the playbook that we need to follow. This is what we did in the 2000s during those runs. Everyone produced at different points in time, and quality at bats each and every at bat in itself too. It's baseball. There are lapses, I understand. 1-for-4 is a great day, and we need a lot more 1-for-4s where everyone gets a hit and lineup and everyone helps out, does their part overall, and that's what we've been missing for a while. I mean, it's been a while since we had a game like this, I think.
Yeah, we've had a few, but like I said, when they dominate in the box score, they usually blow them out. So team gets good victories right there. They got photobombed right there.
Yeah,
We're watching that right now. Real quick on the scores before we get out of here, and we have our true final thoughts. Pirates and Mets are tied at 0 in the third inning. You got the Nationals over the Cardinals 9-2 in the third inning. That's a lot of runs. Rangers beating the Rays 2-0. You got the Athletics blowing out the Orioles 10-0. You're very welcome. White Sox over the Marlins, battle for top draft picks. Tigers and Reds tied at 0 in the fourth. Shitfucks beating the Giants 4-0. Mariners and Jays are tied at 0. You had the Yankees down 4-3, scoring 11 unanswers to blow out the Red Sox. The Twins beat the Astros, who finally lose. And then you had the Angels, of course, shutting out the Cubs 7-0. And you had the Brewers. Wow. You had the Brewers and the Dodgers going later on this afternoon at 4 o'clock. You have the Phillies and Braves at 4. Royals and Rockies. You have to be a hardcore fan to watch that one. That's at 6. And then you got Padres at the late game, actually, are down in San Diego taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Well, it was fun today, Rob.
It was
a lot of fun. For an impromptu thing, not too much, you had a few fans come out, but it wasn't like the other ones.
Yeah.
But definitely, I want to throw a tailgate here. It would be nice.
It's a great place to throw tailgate.
Yeah.
It's the patio. I mean, granted, you can't really see everything around here. The patio and the parking wise, and it's a great place to be. Great vibe out here and everything. Really nice people working inside too. Good food, so can't beat that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's time for us. My stomach's growling, so
Yeah.
my fat ass needs to eat. So I think we'll call it there. Again, nice win, great broadcast. We appreciate each and every last one of you guys and gals that has been on here messaging or just watching from home, maybe turning down the egregious sound on Bally's and listening to us. We really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely do. And please come out to the next one that's out here, guys. It's a great place to be. And it's great just to be around other fans, too, watching games together, because you're either celebrating the same way or you're sharing the same hurt. And as Angel fans, we know sharing that hurt can be a lonely place.
Absolutely. And tomorrow we should be on maybe a little late because I do have a prior engagement. If the game ends at the same time it did today, I probably won't be on till 3. It'll be more like 3 o'clock tomorrow. So
come on.
I know. I'm trying to push it, but I might get on a little late tomorrow. So.
All right, so I'm going to start my own podcast, guys. Follow my post-game show right after the next game.
Yeah, you might have to. I could battle with you and the other guy who has 5 fans. So
and no producer too. Randy, I'm taking you. You're coming with me.
Hey, wait. But that other guy's credentialed, and he wants you to know
what does
that.
That mean?
He says at the end of every show, I was emailed by somebody. They were like, he always says, "I'm the only credentialed."
What's credentialed?
I guess he's got papers.
Got a college. So, not that I discredit college. I went to college myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a firm believer today. Sorry, everybody goes to college, not to Scrooge.
Grillmaster went to college.
Yes, I understand.
He's credentialed.
So today, these days, I don't care. You have a piece of paper that says it, unless your job requires it. A doctor, lawyer, CPA. There's some type of rules, regulations that you have to have. It's kind of a joke right now because college is not the same than when we went and had to do certain things and all this stuff. Because I have family, in-laws that are in college now too. Not even the same. It's a freaking joke in my opinion. But anyways, I digress from that, as Fernando would say. Overall, I don't care you have a stupid piece of paper that says anything because it's not hard to get these days. It's really not. Honestly, the admission standards and everything else is low. It's almost as low as the Angels organization to play here. You just need to be able to walk and throw a ball. We can play today. Type thing. That's how I feel about college overall.
Yeah, if you can attend a class, you don't necessarily have to be awake. So
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, screw your piece of paper and your credential BS and everything. We have great fans here. We have great people surrounding us, and we really appreciate everyone out there and the Heedy team itself, to Todd and these guys. The work that goes in behind the scenes is insane. And to even set this up here today, Todd was out here sweating.
Double parked.
Oh, I still never moved my car.
Double parked still, but it's all the stuff that we do here. And I'm not hating on anybody. I hate this come across like that. But if you're going to throw shots back at that, be willing to take them. Don't go hide in your little corner because that piece of paper means nothing. Because you know what else has a piece of paper? The bathroom.
That's true.
And you can use it for the same thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, you could put that credential in there. And
that's it for me, Tay, before I get booted off the show.
No, I like it. I like the feistiness. All right, so for Todd Fox, for Rob, and for Producer to the Star, One Jets Pod, check him out for football because we've got some big stuff coming for football. Randy's getting that ramped up, and we got the Grinding True Crime that we just debuted an episode yesterday, and we got another part 2 coming out in a day or two. It's either tomorrow or Monday. I'm going to release that too. So some good stuff out there.
No, absolutely. Sorry, I just saw Gooby's key to success. Drive the ball up the middle, away from defense. No, really? That's what you have to do? That's the key to the game. Don't hit it to the player. That's a concept.
Gooby's like, hey, we got to hit the ball. That's key to success.
I like Gooby too, man. They're setting him up to be hated. They're really freaking setting him up to be hated.
I know. I really used to like the guy, but
I still like him. Sheep.
Yeah, he's on the what is it on the script? So Randy, if you want to play us out, that should do it. I can't even hear him. I know he's speaking.
Rinse the clock, angels play.